to a fair trial after that massive perp walk in New York.
Like some sort of political fodder, like some sort of spectacle. He was on display for everyone to see in the biggest staged perp walk I've ever seen in my career. It was absolutely unnecessary. He's been cooperative with law enforcement. He had been in custody for over a week. He waived extradition. He was cooperative at all accounts.
She also questioned why Mayor Eric Adams was there for the perp walk as he faces federal charges of his own. Mangione also facing federal charges that could carry the possibility of the death penalty. President-elect Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland, even though Denmark says it's not for sale. Fox's Therese Crowley.
President-elect Trump interrupting Russia and China in their global bid for domination of the Arctic. Posting on Truth Social, for national security and freedom throughout the world, the U.S. feels that ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity, as he named his pick for U.S. ambassador to Denmark, PayPal co-founder Ken Howry. Denmark's response has been it's not for sale. Ever since then, President Trump first floated the idea of buying Greenland in 2020. Russia has sought to claim territory in Greenland's exclusive economic zone. The island holds mineral deposits, maybe vast oil, but also the only permanent ice sheet outside Antarctica. Trump suggests ownership could hold the key to global and climate security. Therese Crowley, Fox News.
America is listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AB.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
On this Monday afternoon, clouds dominate. A little light rain from time to time, 49. Little light rain and sprinkles off and on tonight, 38 degrees. Tuesday, clouds. A steadier rain moves in Tuesday afternoon, 46. Christmas Eve, periods of rain. Looks wet, 39. Christmas Day, Wednesday, clouds and some rain, and 48. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Want to retire in 5 years or less? You can do it, just like Lifestyles Unlimited member Lisa.
So we started passively. It was on vacation is when we realized we really need to take the plunge and be more active in this. Just because I'm an educator, I wanted to really know what I was doing. So it was just education on my part is really big. And I'm like, well, I could do that.
Text the word radio to 88007. That's radio to 88007. Join for just $297, a 60% savings. Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007.
Surprise!
Surprise!
You know, surprise parties, they can be fun, right? Well, financial surprises, not so much, especially when you're retired, like finding out you owe more in taxes than you thought you would, or having to go back to work to make ends meet. Maybe you think you'll be okay, but why not double check just to be sure? Call Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions and schedule a retirement double check. Marvin and his team have been helping families plan for retirement for more than 15 years. Call 314-373-1598 to schedule your retirement double check with Marvin Mitchell at Compass Retirement Solutions. That's 314-373-1598. Don't let a financial surprise derail your retirement dreams. Give Marvin and the team a call, 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and in Illinois.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Come on, turn the radio on. It's Saturday and I won't be long.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Happy Monday. Welcome to the Annie Fry Show. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. Just a couple days till Christmas. And I hope that if you're out and about right now, I'm going to tell you what, the traffic out there is nuts. Try to stay off the roads if you can. I was driving, doing just a few things this morning, and in the midst of trying to get stuff done, it was unpleasant. And I had to be out because I was trying to get to work. So if you're out and about, be patient. I was in a drugstore, and so there's a guy, you could tell he was going to be upset.
Uh-huh.
And he was just making people around him upset. And it was
he was spreading it like stink.
It's not really that's not how I would have described it at all. He just seemed like he was in an upset mood, but it was everybody's upset mood to behold. I wonder how often other people, I wonder how often we're out and about and you're in a bad mood because of something else, and you're doing that, and then people observe you, you're like, wow, what a grouch. You don't need to be that way. And you've got a million other things going on. I think that's the hardest part about this time of year, is to remember that everything that we're doing, everything we're going through, this Christmas being a very happy one for you might be a very sad one for someone else who may have just lost a loved one or lost a job. I know people who have lost jobs in the last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
it's
Yeah, that
outrageous.
sucks.
It's really sad. And, I think ultimately there is a way to look and choose an attitude, but I don't think you can ever choose your attitude without first acknowledging your feelings. Your attitude kind of has to come after your feelings. And I think that if you're a happy person this Christmas season, the happiest, most joyful, nicest thing you can do is understand that everybody has perspective. Everybody has something going on in their life that's driving them in a certain way. You can be somebody who helps them choose to be happy, to choose to have a different attitude, be that kind of reflection on them. But I hope that that's the case. And while you're out and about listening right now, either on the radio 97.1, or if you are streaming us on the Odyssey app, watching us on YouTube, we appreciate you being there, and we're really grateful for it. Our YouTube live chat poll for today is, will mixed politics with mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Yes or no? And we've talked about this a little bit, but now that we're here and it's upon us and you are days away, you should have a good handle on whether or not you're going to be confronted with uncomfortable situations, or if it's not going to be if it's not going to be a problem this year because you've been cut out or you've cut people out. I'd like to know that too. So go to the Annie Fry YouTube channel and leave your comment and your vote right there. The Matt Gaetz ethics report came out. Did you guys see that?
I just saw the headlines and that there was quite a bit of salacious material in it.
So you didn't dive in deep?
I know what I need to know.
What do you know?
That there was illicit drug use claimed in this thing, that there was paid for sex with a minor, and then I stopped.
That's not accurate.
Okay.
So did you read the headlines?
I just read the headline.
Or Twitter? Yeah. That's not exactly what it says. So I think it's a good thing that we discuss it. I didn't really want to talk about Matt Gaetz on the day before Christmas, but there's a lot of that's out there right now.
Okay.
I will also add to this that there's a congresswoman in Texas that has been missing in action for 6 months, and they recently found her in a dementia facility. So and she's a Republican, folks. While we're looking into Republicans in Congress, maybe we should consider looking into the people who are not showing up to do their job, as well as those who showed up to do other jobs, so to speak. There is a Republican in Texas who did not come to work and vote for 6 months. I think the last time she showed up was an unveiling of her portrait, an honorary portrait of hers, and there was a vote that day, and she didn't even vote because she's not in a capacity to do so. And we live in a time where majorities are so valuable to parties that things like this happen. And we're like, well, it's a Republican seat. We can't run the risk. Now, before you start getting too excited that I'm out here talking about Republicans this way, the Democrats have their fair share, including the President of the United States of America, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. The House report accuses Matt Gaetz of paying women for sex, using illegal drugs, and accepting improper gifts. The Fox News headline says former Florida Representative Matt Gaetz, also accused of engaging in activity with a 17-year-old girl. The 17-year-old girl part of this is what really kind of takes this into, to me, headline material. And the report says that he didn't know her age. He didn't ask her age. She did not tell him the age. Does it matter? I mean, I think it matters in the converse if he knew the age and continued. But I'm not like okay with this kind of behavior. But then when it gets to be 17, I'm like, well, that's outrageous.
Yeah.
If you're doing cocaine and ecstasy in like gangbang parties and stuff like that, but you're like, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. Everybody's of age. It's completely fine. He was in Congress when this stuff was going on. But he did not pay the 17-year-old. What Matt Gaetz is saying is that he often gave these women money, but it was never in exchange for sex. And if you were dating somebody and you send them money, if you were seeing somebody, if you like somebody, if you send somebody money that they don't have in his defense is, that he didn't pay anybody for this. Fox News reports Gaetz has consistently denied any accusations of wrongdoing, and an earlier federal investigation into the allegations ended without charges against him. Earlier Monday, Gaetz filed a lawsuit in an attempt to block the release of the report. So it's telling to me that before the report was released today, he was like, don't release that. I don't want that released. I'm going to do everything I can to keep it from being released. It was released. Fox News says the committee's report stated that Gaetz continuously sought to deflect, deter, or mislead the committee in order to prevent his actions from being exposed. The report alleges that despite Gaetz' denials, he made tens of thousands of dollars in payments to women, likely in connection with sexual activity and or drug use from 2017 to 2020. So his defense is that, like, I was just giving them money and hanging out with them.
Okay.
In one alleged encounter, Gaetz was, I'm modifying the Fox News report here because my kids are home from school. Maybe yours are too. In one alleged encounter, Gaetz had relations with a 17-year-old minor at a summer 2017 party. According to the committee's report, the report concluded that the act violated Florida's statutory rape law, even though the girl identified in the report as victim A said she never told Gaetz her age. The draft report alleged, quote, the committee received testimony that victim A and Representative Gaetz had a relationship twice during the party, including at least once in the presence of other party attendees.
They had a relationship twice?
Yeah, it's like Oprah.
Wow.
I don't mean
Deep.
like that.
Oh, no.
Not that. All you conspiratorial people, you just sit down. I meant like 1990s couch Oprah. The 17-year-old girl claimed to have received $400 in cash, quote, which she understood to be payment for the relationship. She said she was under the influence of ecstasy at the time of the encounter, the relationship, while alleging that she saw Gaetz' use of cocaine. Is Matt Gaetz done?
I hope so. I I don't really trust people who are in these positions who are like, oh, well, I didn't know. We were all on drugs. Like, that's your defense?
Here's the other thing that people will say, like, well, what is everybody else doing? And I'm like, well, let's find out.
Yeah, totally.
If it violates law, let's find out. If it's your staff putting you in a dementia facility and tweeting for you like you're with it for 6 months, let's find out. Let's make 2025 the year of screwing around and finding out. How could it be SASO? Screw around and
find out. You can still say find out.
That's going to be my next shirt. Screw around and find out. It's just all the mom ways to say what you really feel. I'm just going to be honest with you. None of this surprises me. This is kind of what I thought would be out. We did a poll. What was it? Would it be like 2 weeks ago, maybe? Bombshell or nothing burger. It might not have even been 2 weeks ago. I'm putting this more in bombshell category because I think, especially when you're in Florida, Floridians have a much better, they have a wide variety of people to choose from for whatever political office that a Florida Republican might want to seek. Governor is coming up. Senator seats might come up. Laura Trump just this weekend officially asked her name to be removed from consideration for the Senate seat, Marco Rubio's Senate seat. I'm really hoping for it to be Ron DeSantis just because I want to see him stay in the scene. I think he'd be good. I think he'd be good to put him on like a judiciary or something like that. That would be so fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Holly's. See that.
Eric Schmidt, I think, got put on the judiciary this weekend. Bobo Farm says fry around and find out.
Yep.
That's what my kids think. I could see, like, if you were in a purplish state and no other Republican had the apparatus to win a primary, how you could maybe sneak in. But Matt Gaetz running in a Republican office, at least, I don't even know what would have to happen in order for him to seem okay. But I mean, I keep seeing a lot of these conservative people being like, oh, he's such a fighter and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I'm not okay with this.
Yeah, but you can like those aspects of him and say, I don't like these things, though. You can separate those things.
And say, is he the only one with those things?
Yeah, and Florida is the bench.
Yes.
I mean, Florida has everybody that you're looking to for the future of the Republican Party. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but, a good portion of them. Byron Donalds is a name. He's from Florida. He gets talked about a lot. Like, bring him up to something. He's ready. He's even saying that he's ready to go.
I wonder if he'll get the Senate seat.
I wonder, too.
I think he wants to be governor. So I don't know that he'd...
I'm okay seeing that, too.
If he's governor, then he doesn't do the Senate thing because you can't appoint him to be the senator so that he can start running in basically 6 months. Is Matt Gaetz, as far as we're concerned here, is Matt Gaetz done? I think he's done. I think he's done in it. I mean, he can be a commentator. Is OAN really going to still put him on? Is today his first day?
I think they will. I think this was all baked into that OAN decision, that they knew something could happen. They did it anyway.
How stupid would it be for OAN to be like, yeah, we'll hire you. What's in that report? Nothing. Okay.
Nothing. Okay, well, all right. Yeah, sounds good for us.
We'll let you handle that on the air.
Right. Gosh. Yeah, the first day. I need to issue an apology.
We did an ethics report on you, Ryan.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and we're going to read it.
Okay. I am not afraid of that.
And why is that?
Because I don't really do any of those kinds of ditty parties.
Exactly. I'm really just like happy to close the book on 2024, and Matt Gaetz can be the last chapter in the book. And I don't want it to be the case, but I'm not the one who did this to him. Like, I was thinking about this when we were talking about things that we want to put on the shelf and just get rid of, maybe put in the trash for 2025 and going on. And my first thing was cancel culture. Another phrase that I would like to, and hear me out on this, another phrase that I would like to put away for good is never Trumper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why is because it doesn't matter if you're a never Trumper anymore. He's back. What are you? Okay, you're a never Trumper. Ooh, like what does that even mean anymore? It's too late. It's too late to be a never Trumper.
That's funny because I was thinking on my way in this morning, the two groups that are having the hardest time with this, Trump 2.0, are the far left super progressives who just melt down publicly. We know that. But it's the establishment Republicans who still have tried to hang on.
This is the thing. This is the reason. Well, actually, no. Let's come back and we'll talk about why I want to shelve. I want to trash the word never Trumper. And hear me out on this, because there is a process to getting rid of this word that I think betters the whole movement and the whole party. So let's talk about that when we come back. Go vote in the Annie Frey YouTube live chat poll. Will mixed politics with mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Yes or no? You go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel. Come say hi. We'd love to see you there. And leave us a comment as to why you voted the way you did. We got Christmas gifts. We got a whole, Brad's guarding this massive pile of Christmas gifts behind him. And I need to know from you people in the YouTube live chat. Do you want us to open these live on the air? As you guys know, I don't think that opening gifts on the air is the best radio. But maybe that's what you guys want to hear. Maybe you want to join us on the YouTube channel and watch us as we do it. You need to come onto the Annie Frey YouTube channel and let us know what you think. Should we open them on air? Should we open them in a break and then talk about them after the fact? Annie Frey YouTube channel. Go vote in the poll. We'll be right back.
This is the Annie Frey Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Ruler Foods has a holiday meal that feeds 8 people for $30. This is not a joke. This is not a drill. Go to rulerfoods.com and find the Ruler Foods that is nearest you so that you can get your cart filled for less. That's really the way it is at Ruler Foods all the way around the year, but there's a lot of reasons to be going to the store these days, and you might be baking, you're preparing bigger meals, you're taking things to parties, and you want to get good quality products, but you don't want to overpay. Everything costs so much more right now. That's why you go to Ruler Foods. Enjoy your family of 8, feeding them for $30. You get a Sugardale 8-pound ham, fresh pineapple, green bean casserole items, Kroger cut yams, Kroger deluxe mac and cheese, Kroger au gratin potatoes, King's Hawaiian rolls, and a delicious Marie Callender's pie. If you are interested in saving on your groceries, you need to go to Ruler Foods. If you are interested in spending more, then don't go to Ruler Foods. It's pretty much that simple. Find the Ruler Foods that's closest to you and the ad for all of the things that are at discount at rulerfoods.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2. Have a plan to get there. Step 3. Make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all 3 with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
You're listening to the Annie Frey Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 55 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance, and installation of heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. Visit aircomfortservice.com.
Hey, it's Trisha here, wishing you a happy holiday season. Thank you to the entire 97.1 family for another wonderful year. I'm grateful for all of you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Don't want a lot for Christmas.
This is the Annie Frey Show. The Annie Frey Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
make my wish come true. You know that all I want for Christmas is you.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. So I was talking about, in the last segment, dumping the phrase never Trumper. Who uses the phrase never Trumper?
I think never Trumpers use the phrase never Trumper. Like they want the moniker.
Well, them, and then people that are hardcore Trump supporters. They like to throw around the phrase never Trumper for anybody that maybe might disagree with Donald Trump on anything.
I don't think that never Trumpers self-identify as never Trumpers because they think it's bigger than that. They wouldn't want to belittle, like if you are somebody who was a Republican, you are a better Republican, or you're a Democrat and you think Donald Trump is evil incarnate. If you call yourself a never Trumper, you're boiling down everything about yourself and your political ideology to one man. So I don't really, I mean, they might receive the name and not push back at it, but I don't think they're out there like, no, I'm a never Trumper, you know?
Yeah, I think I'm basing that on Bill Kristol, the writer, who's kind of been the outspoken voice against Trump for 9 years, and he's kind of just accepted it. So you're right.
But it's more like thrown at him, and now he's wearing it as a badge.
And he's like, yeah, okay, fine, I'm a never Trumper.
Here's why I want it to go away. After is there, not in our lifetime, a better comeback story than Donald Trump in politics, but I'm like trying to think of a better comeback story anywhere.
Yeah, when I think back to Grover Cleveland, that's amazing. Trump's even more amazing.
Yeah.
So he beats that.
Tell us about that.
This was back in the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
Grover Cleveland had been president.
Can you talk like Grover?
No, because I would do the fuzzy voice. They didn't have recordings. So it would be
the fuzzy voice?
Yeah, the fuzzy voice of
Grover. I just
Grover.
want you to do Super Grover.
I can't do that. But really, though, what the amazing thing is, though, at the end of Grover Cleveland's second term, you found out that you turn the page, you go, oh my gosh, this book is written. You find out he was actually the monster at the end of that book.
Yeah. What?
Kids, don't get your history lessons from Ryan Wiggins.
The phrase never Trumper conveys that you also have to have people who are on the other side of that, as if the battle is still going on. It's really not.
No.
What happens next has to be bigger than Donald Trump in order to defend what Donald Trump has built. We have to, I'm going to say it this way, and some people are going to roll their eyes, in honor of Donald Trump, in gratitude of Donald Trump for being willing to continue this fight, to be so transformative in what he has done to the Republican Party. I have never felt more closely aligned to the Republican Party than I do in 2024. And I've been paying attention. I'm 40, but I've been paying attention for a decade. And by paying attention, I mean like very close attention. I started working at 97.1 when I was 25 years old. So it's really been at least 15 years, and I was paying attention before I came here. The word never Trumper, the people who salivate at lobbing that insult towards people are not going to help the cause, the movement, in any way, shape, or form from this point on. Like, now listen, I talk about this a lot. I'm a big scoreboard person. I don't need to boast. If I win and the scoreboard dictates that I win and people want to come at me, I will just point to the scoreboard. That's all I need. We should be the scoreboard people, and we should keep putting points on the board right now. That means that when Donald Trump is in office, you need to make sure your senators are supporting his nominees, the people who he wants to see get these things through. Gosh, he's an open book. He tells you what he's going to do. He's going to take the Panama Canal. The funny thing about his comments this weekend, where he was talking about the Panama Canal at America Fest. Let's listen into first what he had to say, and then...
It was not given for the benefit of others by a token of cooperation, but it was given to Panama and to the people of Panama, but it has provisions. You got to treat us fairly, and they haven't treated us fairly. If the principles, both moral and legal, of this magnanimous gesture of giving are not followed, then we will demand that the Panama Canal be returned to the United States of America in full, quickly, and without question. I'm not going to stand for it. So to the officials of Panama, please be guided accordingly.
I don't think that what he says there is what he really wants. He wants a better deal in passage through the Panama Canal, right? Isn't that what we assume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's absurd in what he's saying right now. He's absurd. He's going to take, I was just thinking, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli. It's going to turn into from the Panama Canal to the shores of Greenland over the weekend. He's like expanding the United States in a way that nobody talks about that. Nobody just goes to a convention. It's like, I think we would like Greenland.
Yeah, I
That
know.
doesn't happen. Oh, and the Panama Canal, that was ours once. I think we'll take it back. Nobody says that. Does Donald Trump mean exactly what he says? What Donald Trump means is that he's got business interests there, and he's willing to do and say things like that in order to exact the outcome that he wants, which is probably better financial economic standards for the United States of America through the Panama Canal, and maybe military establishments in Greenland that allow us to have a stronger positioning where China is much more prevalent in the north, and we don't also have to conquer Greenland. I wonder how hard that would be. I don't even know.
Not that hard.
You ever, like the Mercator map, but then you see like how big Greenland really is?
Mm-hmm.
It's really disappointing. I hope he's seen the real map. He'll be like, what?
Make sure. Oh, I just saw it on a
I thought it was
globe.
huge.
Oh, the price went down by 50%.
So did the size. I just think that these are the types of things that Donald Trump is already engaging. I mean, he's already doing things. Joe Biden, oh my gosh. I'm super, super miffed at all of these people who are like, Joe Biden hasn't been doing anything as president for 4 years. It's shocking. Oh, no sugar, Sherlock. Where you been this whole time? We've been saying this, and your vice president / presidential nominee who you handpicked said the week before she took his position from him, I can't even keep up with him. That's because you lost him. You don't know where he is. He wandered off again and is taking a nap behind a fern in the East Wing. You don't know where he is.
It was a nice day. Good day to sleep outside.
Not a joke.
Not a joke.
Never Trumper is, to me, it's like the people who are obsessed with the Never Trumper phrase. There are so many people in this last election who were Never Trumpers who voted for Donald Trump. And every time you throw that word out there, you remind the people who were a specific way that they're not like you. That maybe they came from a different place to where we are all standing together right now, and you're using that as an insult against them. We don't have to do that anymore because our guy won. He's going to be the president in 28 days. He said at America Fest they should have the whole thing squared away by 2 p.m. And I'm like, we're going to be on the air.
Great.
I'm like, that'd be great. I'd love to cover that.
Doge is making the inauguration more efficient.
Never Trumper. Okay, you ever see, this gets parodied a lot in television and movies. You ever see when, especially probably Hallmark movies, but I wouldn't know because I don't watch them because they're terrible. I've offended some people who are very close to me by saying that.
I watched one this weekend. We can get to that later.
How did it go?
It was all right.
Did you watch another one, which would have been the same thing?
No, but
Different
I've now seen
farm.
all of them.
Yeah.
After seeing the one.
After seeing the one. Brad, you big on Hallmark movies?
No.
I'm not either.
Ew.
We were rapping and Katie was already watching.
Oh, yeah. I had to.
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
Is Katie off?
Yes.
I'm going to text her and see who turned on the Hallmark movie.
Oh, yeah, please do, because she'll straighten it out. Unless she lies, because she might do that just to throw me under the bus.
She's not listening to you right now, is she?
I doubt it. If she starts lying about this, we got some problems at home.
You ever watch?
This is the problem.
Anyway, we could do the rest of the show
Yeah.
on your relationship. Mrs. Wiggins is the best. Just so everybody knows. You probably surmised that already. You know how, like, in these kind of made-for-TV movies or whatever, sometimes they do this type of thing, and silver screen movies or whatever. But somebody goes back home for some reason.
Yeah, they made it
sick
big.
relative.
Yeah.
But they got to go home.
Yep. Usually to a farm.
Maybe. Family business, something.
Right.
Someone's sick at home, whatever. But then they make it to, they're at like a bar or a diner. It depends on what channel it's on or something like that. And they go in there, and there are the people who are sitting around, and they're 55 years old, 45 years old. They're out of shape. They look like slobs, and they're talking about how awesome high school was.
Those people exist outside of Hallmark movies.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying that the caricature of that makes it into a lot of these movies.
Yeah.
It's supposed to give you a very vivid understanding of progress. These people haven't moved from where they started, and your main character has moved so far and now is going to have to come back. Listen, in 2 years, the never Trumpers, the people who are like, oh, that's a never Trumper, man. I threw for 300 yards that game. The people who are lobbying the never Trumper thing, and we're already getting close to where it's like, you need to stop doing this. The people who keep using this name are going to sound like those people. The people who didn't take that moment and, to use the analogy, move the ball down the field for the next thing. There's no benefit to sit around and talk about people who are never Trump. Why? Because a lot of people who are never Trump are interested in Trump right now. They're about to benefit from Donald Trump right now. And we need those people to move from being never Trump to, I think the Democrats are a waste of space in this political sphere that we're in right now. And I'm really interested in what the Republicans have to offer, because the bench is deep, the future is bright, and they need to attach, if they can leapfrog even people who didn't vote for Donald Trump this past election. Maybe they couldn't bring themselves to vote for Kamala Harris. Maybe they very reluctantly voted for Kamala Harris and were secretly excited when Donald Trump won. We need those people on our side, and we're going to be able to point to the scoreboard to say, see, winning is so much fun. But you just look at the scoreboard and you see that you're winning and you just know. Don't be the divider in the political party who's sitting around having your 8th beer at the rundown diner down the street being like, everybody who walks in, never Trumper, when the never Trumper walks in. It's just not useful. I think it's run its course. I get it. It had its place. And I'm not saying that people who are never Trump should not be called out for having anti-Trump drive everything they do. I'm just saying the phrase never Trump is an insult to people who we need now, because there are people who were that, who aren't that right now. They're not necessarily pro-Trump, but they could be pro-J.D. Vance. They could be pro-Republicans in the midterm. They could be pro-non-J.B. Pritzker governor in the midterm election where we elect our statewides in Illinois. Now that we won, let's get down to business.
The other reason that it's important to retire that right now is that we're going into 4 years of Trump. Trump is not going to get everything perfect.
Mm-mm.
He's not. And we have to, as citizens, be able to call him out on the stuff that he gets out of line on. If he decides, you know what I want to make is a ministry of truth. You know, there are a lot of people who hear that and go, oh, if Trump's doing it, it's okay. No, that's not something you want the government to do. So there's things, I'm not saying he's doing that. I'm just saying if he starts to do things that are not conservative or not good for the country, you want to be able to call him out. And he listens. That's the thing, is when he was fighting with Chip Roy last week, you wanted to be able to step in and make objective conclusions on those things and not be like, well, am I a Trump sycophant or am I a Chip Roy sycophant? You don't have to do that.
Right.
Just stick to your principles, and that's what we're going to have to do for 4 years.
And I think that Chip Roy is a great example of the kind of person that we don't need to be calling a never Trumper. Chip Roy is not a never Trumper. Chip Roy will disagree with Trump because they don't line up 100%, but he's not a never Trumper. There are times when he supports Donald Trump. So it's silly to say that because Chip Roy torpedoed that one bill, or him and, 37 other Republicans torpedoed that bill. They have principled conservative reasons for voting the way that they voted. You can look at that from a pragmatic point of view and say, I don't know that was the right thing to do. But they were coming from it from a conservative angle. And it's not productive, like Annie's saying, to call these people never Trumpers.
And also, the Republican process here is going to be messy. It's going to always be publicly messy. And Republicans notoriously have their mess be public. And the left-leaning media just puts their face in it and smears their face all around in it because they can't get enough of it. It doesn't matter if it's messy, if the conclusion is the right conclusion. It doesn't matter if Chip Roy is out there saying this, that, or the other thing, but the majority is saying something else, and Donald Trump steps in and leads them. I mean, good grief, Donald Trump has done more to lead this legislature, and it's not even his Congress yet. Donald Trump has done more to lead this legislature than Joe Biden has ever done. Mm-hmm. And Joe Biden is the president right now. When there is disagreement, it's okay. The conversation is okay. Everybody doesn't have to be in lockstep, but we do have to have the same goal. And if somebody dissents on doing it via path A because they think path B is better, it's okay to hear about path B. And it's okay for the American people to put pressure on saying, no, I want to go down path A. That's what I want. You let your representative, your senator know, and then they act in representation to you. But we don't want to live in a world where the Republicans get in there and it's just slip, 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 slip. Everything goes in, goes through, without anything being front facing. The only reason why it looks really messy when the Republicans do it, and it looks sneaky and clean and all pieced together really nicely when the Democrats do it, is because that's how the media covers it. Because the media wants to take the opportunity to make the Republicans look like fools and make Democrats look way smoother than they possibly are. For instance, see the President of the United States for 4 years. And now they're like, oh my gosh, he hasn't been there. He doesn't meet with people. He cancels meetings when he has, quote, bad days. What? The president has bad days? How many bad days? Is it weekly? How frequently? What hours is he lucid? The president. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is taking the Panama Canal and Greenland, and he's not even in office yet.
And by the way, when he mentioned those two things, headline stories this weekend for sure. Everybody probably saw that. When you mention those two things, you have their initial reaction of, oh, here we go. We're going into 4 more years of Trump. Here we go. Let's go. But then you start thinking, he's thinking about national defense with Greenland. He's not going to get Greenland. If he does, great. He probably won't.
National defense
with
about
Panama
Canal.
And he's thinking about trade routes. He's thinking about supply lines.
When you diminish China's stranglehold on everything, everywhere in the country, and that's what he's doing, he doesn't have to go to war with China in order to beat China. China plays an economic game, and so does Donald Trump. And my recollection is that Donald Trump is either a formidable opponent or maybe even a little better at it. That's what he's doing. Keep your eye on the prize, and the prize is the scoreboard. It's not looking across the aisle and seeing someone who didn't get on the Trump train fast enough. It doesn't matter when you got on the Trump train if you're on the Trump train. And we really need to focus on building the coalition and not starting to talk about like it's like everyone's wearing their GOP letter jackets and you've got like 6 pins because you've been voting Donald Trump for longer than that person, and then you just like strut around, and then you go to the bar and you're on your 8th beer, and then the person walks into the thing from out of town. They've had a lot of success and they're home for their Hallmark movie. And you go,
and they're gonna find
never
love.
Trumper, and they're like, I voted for Trump. You're like, well, not soon enough.
Yeah.
Oh, stop
You
it.
didn't support him in the 2015 primary.
I would watch that Hallmark movie. Somebody make that. It's probably going to be the Great American Family Network or whatever Candace Bure is on.
Yeah. I'd watch that.
Never Trumpers, Noel. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Wiggins America next. Don't go away.
I'm just gonna keep on waiting underneath the mistletoe.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
Santa, he will make me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you here tonight, holding on to me so tight. Girl, what can I do? You know that all I want for Christmas is you.
Michael's Flooring Outlet online at igotfloored.com. Have you visited them on their website yet? Go right now. igotfloored.com and start perusing the flooring options that you have there. They have every kind of flooring that you could need. And they also do both commercial and residential. So if you've got a big flooring job coming up in the future, 2025, renovating, building, maybe finishing the basement finally, you go to Michael's Flooring Outlet in person in one of their 3 locations or online at igotfloored.com, and you'll see why 97.1 listeners, Annie Fry Show listeners, trust Michael's Flooring Outlet with their purchases. Their reviews, they link right to their Google reviews on their website. They are an open book, and they are excited to help you. We are so grateful for our partnership with Michael's Flooring Outlet to be able to be partnered with this family-owned and operated business, and we hope that you will support them this holiday season in the new year as well. For your flooring, go to igotfloored.com.
Tune in to the Home Improvement Show sponsored by Mosby Building Arts, Saturdays 12 to 1 p.m. on 97.1 for expert advice on remodeling, design, and construction. This live Q&A show begins at noon, or find podcasts at mosbybuildingarts.com.
It's Mark Reardon from my friends at Zero Res. Here's a question for you. You need to answer honestly. Is your home ready for the holidays? If you haven't had the carpets cleaned in a while, the answer is no, and this is the time to do something about it. And I have a great offer from my friends at Zero Res right now during the month of December. I've had Zero Res in my home so many times over the last decade. Unfortunately, a lot this year because of pet accidents. They can always help you in a pinch. But for some overall cleaning, getting your home ready for the holidays, maybe getting the gunk out of the air ducts, this is a great time to do it. Call Zero Res at 314-474-2020 or book online at ZeroResSTL.com. And the offer, when you mention my name or 97.1 FM Talk for the month of December, 3 rooms starting at $129, $75 off your air duct cleaning package. They have great customer service, a ton of crews, and the legendary 30-day Gotta Love It guarantee. Book your appointment today. You spell it backward or forward, it spells the same. Zero Res. Call 314-474-2020 or online, ZeroResSTL.com.
Your voice can be key to changing lives. That's why the American Cancer Society is calling on Black women from all walks of life to join Voices of Black Women, a groundbreaking research study led by the American Cancer Society and backed by more than 70 years of trusted cancer research studies and breakthroughs. The Voices of Black Women study is designed to better understand why and how cancer and other conditions impact Black women. It's a commitment to partnering with Black women to better understand their lived experiences. Learn more at voices.cancer.org.
Never Trumper Noel, the movie, is coming soon. The YouTube live chat poll is kind of based on that, going back home for the holidays. Will mixed politics with mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Yes or no? Let us know what you think about today's poll. You find it by typing in Annie Fry on YouTube. 12:48, this time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Hi, this is Hans von Spakovsky, and I'm a senior legal fellow at the Heritage Foundation. When I was a kid, I and my friends would actually go to our neighbors' houses and sing Christmas carols, and I wish more people were still doing that today.
It's all cold down along the beach.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
You guys know what time of year it is? What time? What? Oh, Christmas time. You guys all been good and practicing real hard? Yeah? Clients, you've been rehearsing real hard now. So Santa, bring you a new saxophone.
The song doesn't even start.
Everybody out there,
hey, he's been good this year. Hey, Santa, good bringing his saxophone.
Not many. You guys in trouble out here.
He's still going.
Oh.
And you better watch out.
He starts singing, but he's not singing.
It definitely sounds like the guy accusing people of being never trumpers in the bar in the Hallmark movie. It's this guy.
What do you want for Christmas? You didn't support him in the 2020 primary.
Monday Roundup. Yeah. This here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Back on track. All right, we're doing some Christmas Roundup this
Back
week.
on track. Put a pin in that one.
Thank you, Ethan, for putting in that stupid song.
I didn't even
for you,
realize
Wiggins.
We were. How long is that intro? Like 3 minutes? It's very
yeah.
long.
Pretty long.
Yeah,
we
it's
got
at least
halfway
a
into
minute.
it, and my skin was starting to crawl, and it was subconscious. I didn't even know. I'm like, I hate this song. And then Ryan goes, "Oh, Ethan, I saw what you did. It didn't even occur to me that we had
he did
talked
it on
about
purpose.
how sucky that song is."
Well, he asked me if I was going to. I told him, I said, "You're going to enjoy Wiggins America intro today." And he said, "Did you put in War is Over?" I was like, "No, I thought about it, but I figured that this one would get a better impersonation out of it," and I was right.
You're right. And the only thing that could make that song worse is if he did actual Bruce Springsteen stuff and talked about Warren.
Yeah,
which I
true.
wouldn't be
You
surprised
gotta
if he had done at some point. Like, that was probably the cleanest take he did on the whole tour.
Probably.
All right, so this is all about Christmas stuff. And here's a situation for you regarding Secret Santa. You guys doing any Secret Santa stuff this year, or have you?
No.
Already did.
Did one? Family?
Family, friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brad's working, so we'll leave him alone. The Secret Santa gift that this person got was at work. So I don't know if this was a large office place or not, but they did a Secret Santa thing at work. And she was so offended by the Secret Santa gift that she got HR involved.
This is a work thing?
Yeah. So that already had me interested. So I clicked on it, I started reading. Here's the things that she got from her Secret Santa gift. Chocolate with a 2020 expiration date.
So that's like what you would get. You've done that.
This is I think that she's overreacting.
Dog food.
And a box that just said love on it. Manky old
Here's my love box.
nail polish and coffee pods.
Oh, no.
Suspiciously worn socks.
Who's this from?
Some random coworker. It's a Secret Santa. She didn't know. I think she tracked him down, but she didn't know at the time.
I mean, that sounds like it was intentionally done to be mean.
And a little balm and old lip balm stuff that had fingerprints in it.
Aren't there different Secret Santas, though, where, people say there's a Secret Santa and there's also a white elephant? And the white elephant, if you're doing a white elephant exchange, usually it's a little more funny and pranky and jokester-ish.
You know what? That's a good distinction, because anytime I think Secret Santa, now I think white elephant, and they're not the same thing.
No. I mean, if you're doing a white elephant gift, the intention is to make people laugh every time they open a gift, right?
Yes. Kind of.
Unless unless it is more of like
it's gag gift. It's more gag
white
gift.
elephant is.
Yeah.
You could still have a gift exchange where you say, bring a $5 gift.
Sure.
And it's a candle, or it's a $5 gift card to Dairy Queen. One time we got in a white elephant thing a gift card that had like 38 cents on it.
Nice.
To Dairy Queen.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Oh, it's good.
Best white elephant
stay
gifts
tuned.
I'd ever best ones I've ever seen. This is actually pretty good advice. Is get stuff that's like toilet stuff, like a toilet brush and random toilet stuff. Because people open it and go, "Oh, gross," and they go, "Wait a minute,
they use it.
I kind of want this.
This is usable."
Yeah.
Everyone at ours, we used to do one with our family every year. Everyone loved the holiday theme, like the napkins or the soaps or the candles. People went crazy for that stuff. I see my cousins that are like, once they started like getting into their own places, that are these big football guys, offensive linemen growing up, and then they'd be like, I'm gonna steal that soap right there. I'm like, what is going on?
So
that was pretty funny.
So people are torching this girl for going to HR, first of all, because why would you need to go to HR? Just throw it away, is everybody's saying. Just throw it away and forget about it. It's a stupid gift because it's not really that funny. It really is just trash. But it does seem like a little bit of an overreaction. I have pulled the categories that are the worst ideas for Secret Santa / white elephants.
Are these your worst ideas?
No, these are from USA Today. Alcohol.
You really stretched today. Got out of Yahoo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, careeraddict.com.
Look how much content I have today.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, stay tuned for the 2 o'clock hour. It is all Ryan.
It is ridiculous how much I brought.
I was going to look for stuff, and then I was like, that's the stuff
I got it.
For.
I got it.
Ryan's going to host, and I'm going to sit here and just make snide remarks.
Oh.
Yes, try to derail the conversation.
It's fun. You'll realize how fun it is. It's a blast.
Are we going to switch chairs?
It's one of the reasons I come to work, even though I don't even get paid. Like, this is just volunteer for me.
Oh, thanks for your charity.
Alcohol and
all
other
feel better
gifts
for it.
that fall into sensitive categories are on the list of people things not to bring. It sounds nice to bring a bottle of wine, but a lot of people that don't drink would see that and go, it's either a temptation or something they can't use.
if you're what? So like, don't give wine.
Don't give alcohol
ever.
No, just in Secret Santas, because you don't know who's going to get it. There might be a lot of people that can't use it.
We need to define things, because if we have a Secret Santa, if the four of us do a Secret Santa, we draw names.
Right.
And I know who I'm giving it to. That's a Secret Santa.
Yes. I'm still thinking white elephant here.
You can do versions of Secret Santa where you don't know who you're getting the gift for, but in most cases, I feel like you do know who you're getting the gift for.
I think the Secret Santa gift exchange implies that you're buying a gift for someone who doesn't know that you're buying a gift for him. It's a gift exchange. I don't know what the other thing would be where it's like the white elephant without. I think the white elephant gift exchange is gag gifts, but you could do the same thing as a white elephant, but not make it gag gifts, which is maybe just a gift exchange.
I think, yeah.
Which maybe in that instance you wouldn't put a bottle of wine in that. That makes sense.
Yes,
but
that's what this is saying.
Like if I were getting a gift and I was putting it in the pile for all of us, I wouldn't put alcohol in it because I know Brad doesn't drink. Ethan's a lush. I don't even know if you drink. Do you? I know that you. I know that you will drink.
And I have a glass and I'm singing.
But if I get you, I'm getting horchata.
Yeah, rum chata or horchata.
Ooh. Horchata.
Thank you, because I'll drink rum chata.
Probably rum chata, so it's like I tried, but not hard enough.
Well, yeah. Horchata is like $3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rum chata, they're like, oh, we put rum in this. It's $25.
Is that how those people talk?
Uh-huh.
The
people
store
at
people.
Big Rum Chata. This says also to say no to home decor. That's not something that you should put in a Secret Santa. USA Today really baffled me with this one. Pregnancy tests.
Excuse me, what?
And then because of little ears, I won't say the other male version of that, and other health-related items of that variety.
Wait. There's no male version on the Annie Fry Show of a pregnancy test.
Okay, things that would prevent a pregnancy from happening for a man.
Bad looks.
That's
Woof.
fine. That's fine.
I'm sorry. I'm
Fun's your
sorry.
girlfriend.
Oh. Let's take some phone calls when we come back. Don't go away.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
Hey, St. Louis, are you in search of top-notch cybersecurity solutions? Look no further. ThrottleNet is here to help. Ransomware attacks are on the rise, putting businesses like yours at risk. Don't let cyber criminals jeopardize your hard-earned success. ThrottleNet provides comprehensive cybersecurity services tailored specifically to your unique needs. Our award-winning customer service provides 24/7 protection to keep your data safe and secure. Take charge of your digital security today. Protect your business, protect your future. ThrottleNet.com, your reliable partner in cybersecurity.
Stop everything you're doing right now and ask yourself, are you currently receiving steady paychecks? What about when you're retired? Will you receive a monthly check to cover your expenses and also have some fun? Marvin Mitchell and the team at Compass Retirement Solutions calls this mailbox money. It's a monthly check you'll receive throughout retirement. They don't want you to worry about if the money will show up or how much money you'll receive. The only thing they want you to think about is how to spend it when it arrives. Find out how to get enough money in your mailbox every month when you're retired. Call Marvin Mitchell and the Compass Retirement Solutions team at 314-373-1598 to start working on a plan that can help you create the monthly income you'll need in retirement. Call 314-373-1598 right now and schedule a visit with Compass Retirement Solutions. 314-373-1598. Firm offers insurance services, investments, and services offered through Compass Retirement Group, a registered investment advisory in Missouri and Illinois.
A 2024 survey by Navitus Health Solutions reported that 48% of Americans have been unable to fill a needed prescription at least once due to the cost. RX Outreach, an online nonprofit mail-order pharmacy based in St. Louis, is committed to providing safe and affordable medications for everyone. They offer over 950 medicines for chronic illnesses and conditions and ship to all 50 states, regardless of insurance, without membership fees or copays. Contact RX Outreach at 314-222-0472 or visit rxoutreach.org.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio.
That's GetJim.com.
97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The worst perp walk ever. I'm Therese Crowley, Fox News. Luigi Mangione's defense lawyer complains about the legions of NYPD who marched her client into New York State Court, hands cuffed to waist, with protesters outside as he pleaded guilty to 11 state charges, not guilty against him, including murder and terrorism for gunning down United Healthcare CEO. His lawyer saying he's being treated like a human ping pong ball between state and federal prosecutors.
Luigi Mangione tells a New York City judge he's not guilty of charges of murder, possessing a weapon, and phony identification. He appeared with his attorneys in the courtroom, dressed in a sweater and khaki pants with his hands restrained by his waist. Mangione is accused in the targeted killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, shot and killed on a Manhattan street early one morning this month as he walked to a corporate conference. Mangione, who is from an affluent Baltimore, Maryland family, was arrested a week later in Pennsylvania. He's also facing additional charges in federal court. Evan Brown, Fox News.
The prosecutor saying, I've never seen a case with such a volume of evidence. The House Ethics Committee went ahead and released its report on former Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz, even though Gaetz filed a lawsuit claiming it would severely damage his reputation with no way to challenge it. Fox's Chad Pergram says it is damaging.
The committee says Gaetz was involved in prostitution, statutory rape, and the use of illicit drugs. Now, it says that Gaetz had sex with multiple women at a party in Florida in 2017 and paid them as prostitutes. The committee says that Gaetz also had sex with a then 17-year-old girl. The report says that victim received $400 from Gaetz. The committee says she did not tell Gaetz how old she was.
Gaetz posting on X, there's a reason they did this in a Christmas Eve report and not in a courtroom where I could present evidence and challenge witnesses. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AB.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
On this Monday afternoon, clouds dominate, little light rain from time to time, 49. Little light rain and sprinkles off and on tonight, 38 degrees. Tuesday, clouds, a steadier rain moves in Tuesday afternoon, 46. Christmas Eve, periods of rain, looks wet, 39. Christmas Day, Wednesday, clouds and some rain, and 48. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
When you're approaching retirement, there are a lot of questions to answer. Do you have enough money to fund your income for life? How should you claim Social Security? And what's your plan for health care and long-term care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. Don't leave your retirement to chance. It's crucial to understand and address relevant risks before you retire. Our team can help you get organized, guide you through critical retirement decisions, and create an investment portfolio designed around your needs. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com. Or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me. I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around the store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches of my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit one of our 2 locations, Creve Coeur and Shiloh, Illinois, and at goodfeet.com.
If you're looking for all the comforts of home plus some in a senior living community, check out Hampton Manor of Wentzville, just off the Lake St. Louis exit at Highway 70. They'll even treat you to lunch. Set up your appointment today and tell them Mark Cox sent you. WentzvilleAssistedLiving.com.
My best friend Jenny came over for coffee, said it's cold enough in here to play hockey. Well, my furnace broke and it's already late. Call Jerry Kelly cause they're open till 8. JerryKelly.com. They'll be here quick and have you feeling good. JerryKelly.com. Cause your furnace will be running like it should. They're certified technicians, I've been told. Will help you when it's hot and help you when it's cold. JerryKelly.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on. JerryKelly.com.
Get a 97.1 t-shirt. We've partnered with our friends at Whiskey Dickerson Small Batch Outfitters to bring you a line of high-quality conservative merchandise. Wear it loud. It's all at 971talk.com/merch.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
What do you want from me? I'm not America's sweetheart.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. I was thinking maybe we'd take some phone calls today. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. We have a really good show put together for you. The Christmas Eve show is, Ryan, you finished it, right?
Me and Brad did Friday.
Both of you together?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, perfect. And then Christmas Eve, our Christmas special, the Annie Fry Show Christmas special. I love this. I listen to it myself. And it's not much of me or us. We're in it. But there are little Christmas movie montages in there, so you can kind of hear some of the clips of your favorite Christmas movies. I should play Jensen today. I should play that today. Let's do that at 1:45. I'm going to play Jensen, my daughter, who is 12 now. When she was 3, she read Luke 2. This is when I was doing Saturday shows, and she read Luke 2, and by read Luke 2 when she was 3, I would say, in those days, and she'd go, in those days.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the cutest thing ever. I think you'll think it's cute, too. It's not just indulgent to myself, I believe, but at 1:45 we'll play that. And it's just full of things like that. It's a little bit of me and a little bit of Brad and Ryan and Ethan and just our hug to you during the Christmas period of time. 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Reardon is doing a fun show tomorrow.
He's doing, I think, a kind of normal show up until 5 o'clock, where he's going to start doing kind of a preview of our Christmas special. But he's doing it live, and he's going to be doing Christmas music. He's actually previewing some of the things that we have in our special during his hour.
Clips?
Like some clips, like some Mariah Carey, which was
it's
specifically
just
requested.
You?
Well,
it's just your stuff?
There is one more thing that I was trying to work into this year's Christmas special, but I just couldn't quite get in.
Rolo?
No, that is in.
I even granted the... I told you where to put it.
I
always tell him where to put it. Shove that.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you for the help.
You're welcome.
No, I had a few years ago, I had my 3-year-old read, I was going to do Luke 2, but you had already done Luke 2, so we did Revelation 15.
Shut up.
And it's so cute, but it is harsh. It's tough.
But it's not your kid. It's the scripture.
The scripture. Yeah, he's super cute in it. But when he reads, I saw the 7 angels with the 7 last plagues, last because with them God's wrath is complete.
We're supposed to be talking to callers right now.
And you're My bad.
You go ahead and finish your joke.
But that didn't make it. That's kind of my point. And because I get it, it's not Christmassy, but it's still cool. It's cute. But I understand that it didn't make it. Maybe next year. We'll just hang on to it.
You should have your own show.
I'll talk to management.
You could share it there.
See if weekend mornings and weekend
The Annie
evenings
Fry
are open.
Show gets the Christmas special. Wiggins America gets the apocalypse.
That's fine with
It's already
me.
in the can. You never know.
Yeah.
Prepared for anything.
We're going to talk about not only New Testament prophecy, but Old Testament prophecy of the apocalypse, too.
The YouTube live chat poll for today. This is your cue.
YouTube live chat poll of the day.
Will mixed politics and mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Yes or no? At about 1:25, we're going to speak with Joe Concha, but we're going to take a few phone calls here if you want to reach out. 314-241-9797. How do you feel about the holidays coming up here? 2024, about to put a bow on 2024 and move into 2025. And what did I say? We were 28 days away from Inauguration Day. Yep, 28 days until Donald Trump becomes the president again. So I'm wondering how you're feeling about going into the holiday season. You good? You feeling good about it? 314-241-9797. 314-241-9797. I'm feeling better than ever about what comes next for our country. I will be curious. I have no idea what's going to happen with us going into the new year, like how we're able to take this show, what we're able to do with the show. I'm always trying in a bazillion different ways to grow the show in whatever way I can, which a lot of that goes onto the YouTube channel. But we're always looking for new opportunities to be bigger and be bolder. And we appreciate every single one of you who is out there listening to us and participating, because it does feel familial when we move through the year. And now, going through 4 years of Joe Biden, it's like we've seen some things together.
Yeah, it really is. We've seen, we were talking about in the first hour what Trump has done to the Republican Party. He's done just as much to the Democrat Party. He has exposed them for their lack of ideas. He has exposed them for their knee-jerk reactions to just what Republicans do and not really having any sort of hard stances on most issues. Not everything, but most. And they're in a bad spot, and I'm here for it.
Do you remember after Donald Trump lost in 2020, do you remember, I remember having this conversation. I remember applauding Laura Ingraham for having the same conversation and really saying, like, Republicans, it's time to do some soul searching, and the phrase in politics is always do the postmortem. You got your butt kicked, you got killed. Do the autopsy, figure out why so that you can prevent it from happening again and you can learn. I don't want to say that I don't see Democrats doing it. I don't see the Democratic core doing it. And what I see is like Cenk, the Two Young Turks guy at America Fest, sitting down and having a conversation that's like populist, that's anti-establishment at America Fest, and people going bonkers when they see him. Like, I'm not like tuning in to listen to what the Young Turks have to say now about life and politics. I didn't need them to guide me then, but I am interested in the people who are finally leaning around and peeking around the corner going, what's going on over here? I'd like to know more about this. And I think 2025 is going to be a make or break year for Donald Trump's ability to have a generational impact on politics, on the country, on history. If Republicans fumble right out the gate, then yes, the comeback is his forever. He did it. He achieved it. It's done. That's his. But what is ours is what gets done in the administration. And if he's successful the way we voted for him to be successful, generationally, this thumbprint, it's Donald Trump's for generations.
Yeah, this is the opportunity for America to look back at this point and go, wow, that really changed it. The books that will be written for years about even the people he's appointing to positions is wild. Joe Biden gets saddled with a lot of the loss for the Democrats because he's incompetent and he's lost his mind and all these things. He can't function, basically. But it's not just Joe Biden. That's one of the beautiful things about the way that they took it from him, gave it to Kamala, is that it was Democrats that lost. It wasn't just Joe Biden that lost. Democrat ideas lost that election. And that's important for moving forward.
There are also very much so people who are so A, dismayed, and B, politically homeless right now that they're going to go away for a while, and then things are going to get better. Things are going to get worse. And when they reemerge, they're going to look and see, what's this? And maybe they don't attribute it to Donald Trump directly, but they can also attribute it to the fact that the Democrats are no longer in charge and things are different. So, I'm not voting for the orange man bad, but I would like to see the Republicans have a little bit more power in the House to be able to get rational things done.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing that we have this opportunity now to get rid of the old narrative of what it means to be a Republican or a Democrat.
314-241-9797. If you want to give us a phone call, we'd love to hear from you about what's coming up next, how you feel about going into the holiday season. Todd, let's get to Todd first. Todd, thanks for calling the show. What do you think?
Hey, Annie, how are you all doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
2024, what a crazy year, and I just want to first and foremost thank each and every one of you for the job that you've done again this year in such an important political year. The coverage, the mix of everything you guys do is what keeps us coming back and listening every day, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for that.
Todd, that's very sweet of you. We appreciate you so much, and thank you for calling in today to talk to us about it. There's going to be so much more to talk about in the future. We want to be right there with you the whole time.
Right, and can't wait to see what the next 4 years does, and I think that 4 years from now we are going to be sitting so much better than we are right now. Time will tell, of course, but I'm very hopeful that that's the way it's going to be.
Oh, amen to that. Thank you, Todd. Merry Christmas to you. We appreciate that a whole lot. I've said this many times, and I'm looking forward to 2025 where we don't really have to think about being in this place again for a while. We can just look forward to what's coming next. But the 2020 moment of Christmas time, I just remember being in full-blown distract myself mode. And I know there are people who are like that right now. I just don't remember when we would have the conversation like, what's going to happen if which side wins is going to cause more riots? No one's, are people even mad? Are people even really mad? I know you're on your phone in your car whining. I don't think that you're whining before you hit record or after you hit stop. I think you're just performative. So much, the whiny car TikTok rants, I would say they have to stop. But I also think that they remind us what we don't want to be, what we inspire or aspire not to be, or people to be around. Like, I need to know that you're that kind of person, just for the heads up. I appreciate that. Let's get to Bob here. Bob, thanks for calling the Annie Fry Show. What do you think?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I listen to you guys all the time, especially when I'm on day shift.
We appreciate that, Bob.
I just want to, since it's such a spiritual time of the year and we're focused on right, wrong, good, evil, I just hope everybody remembers that this is a spiritual war. It's not a war against flesh and blood. It's against people who are inspired by good and people that are inspired by evil. And evil doesn't go away, so we always got to be vigilant. That's all I wanted to say, and God bless you guys, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Bob. I appreciate that. It's never a bad reminder.
No.
We should listen to the Apocalypse special.
Well, I had my 10-year-old do Ephesians 5, too. I don't know if that's going to make it this year. But, either way, whatever we decide.
Which one of them reads Leviticus?
That's Sonny. I had the boys do the New Testament.
The brightest voice and the name Sonny. And now Leviticus.
She actually did the first 5 books.
The Pentateuch?
Pentateuch. Because I said, I don't really know what I'm going to use here, honey.
You know how you can get like pocket constitutions? Mm-hmm. The Pentateuch should be the pocket.
Yeah, it's a small one.
First 5 books of the Bible. You just tuck it away. It's the Pentateuch.
Yeah, right. Right in that little pocket in your jeans.
Yeah, and at the end, there's this guy who winks, and it goes ding when he winks.
Yeah. I told Sonny to do that, but she was just about tuckered out at the end of that thing. 5 straight books. Whew. And that is not a lot of stories. It's a lot of law.
Numbers.
Genesis is okay. She was flying through Genesis.
Genesis is okay.
We get through Exodus, and toward the end of it, she was
stamp
like,
of approval.
"Oh man, this is getting rough."
A reassessment of the canon here.
It's okay.
Joe Concha is going to be with us. We're going to get this thing right back on track. Thank you to Bob and Todd who called the show. We appreciate you. Might take some more phone calls. We'll see how it goes throughout the course of the afternoon here. Joe Concha is going to be with us, and I'm going to ask him to recap for us the highlights of what we need to know in 2024. What happened that we should not forget moving forward? I mean, there's some obvious things here, but this guy has written a book on Joe Biden. This guy has written a book on today's Democrats, and he is writing a book on the greatest comeback in American history. So he studied these things. He can tell us where we've been and where he anticipates that we're going so that we keep our eye on the goal. So our friend Joe Concha, one last time in 2024, is going to join us. He's a Fox News contributor and an author and a great friend of the show. In the 2 o'clock hour, I think we're going to maybe open gifts. People are saying we should open them on the air. What do you think we should do, Ryan?
We should eat the gifts that people have brought us to, for sure. But they're here, but we haven't touched them yet. Well, actually, I have touched them a little bit before the show.
You just touched them.
I just was touching it, though. Yeah.
So we should open them on the air or no?
Well, I think that
I asked you a serious question, and then you just...
I think we
Shush,
should.
Brad, you're the producer of the show. What should we do?
Let me turn my mic on. Let's open them on the air and see what happens.
That was a strong endorsement.
Joe Concha, if we can hang on that long when we come back, don't go away.
This is The Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
And in despair, I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said. For hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Air Comfort Service is there to make sure that your comfort zone is yours all year round. The weather is weird out there, and you're probably in and out of using your furnace. Is it working great? I hope it is. I hope that you don't need Air Comfort Service. But I am going to tell you that if the time comes that you or a loved one is in need of maintenance, replacement, you don't want to have that happen. But I had it happen just a few days after Christmas a few years ago. Air Comfort Service is there to ease the pain of getting that service taken care of or the replacement taken care of. And they're going to hook you up with the best deals that they can get you when it comes to rebates and incentives and financing and all that. 314-513-0091. 314-513-0091. If you need a new furnace, boiler, heat pump, air conditioner, or entire HVAC system, when you call the team at Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation for a free estimate at 314-513-0091, right now they are offering you an awesome deal. Your entire HVAC system replacement, you get that, and then for free, you can add either attic insulation or an air scrubber. Reach out to them. Tell them Annie sent you. You can give them a call at 314-513-0091. Hit them up at aircomfortservice.com.
Student loans can be a strain on your family. For a limited time, the Springfield, Missouri Police Department is offering qualifying new officers up to $12,500 to help ease the burden of student loans. If you're driven, honest, and team-oriented, we want to talk to you about joining our next paid police academy. Start serving your community as a leader of it with the Springfield Police Department. Visit gospd.com for more information. That's gospd.com. Brought to you by the Springfield, Missouri Police Department.
Warmest wishes for a joyous holiday season and a happy new year to you. Enjoy your quality time with family and loved ones. From your friends at Odyssey and Onderlaw Injury Lawyers.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is proud to support Greater St. Louis Honor Flight. Sign your veteran up for the Honor Flight today at gsLHonorFlight.org. And for heating services, visit aircomfortservice.com.
The Mark Reardon Show.
Monday afternoon, we are loaded up. Kenny Wallace in the 3 o'clock hour. George Gray playing The Price is Wrong in the 4 o'clock hour. Chris Trevino from Mizzou in the 5 o'clock hour. It all starts at 3.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
St. Louis's home for conservative talk.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
Ain't conniving, just ain't jiving. I don't know. What you know, Joe? Well, I don't know Latin. What you know, Joe? Ain't high-hatting. What you know, Joe? I ain't fooling. I need schooling. I don't know. I don't know.
January 6th was a bridge too far for me, and I think everyone knows that. I was one of the few Democrats that went over and worked with him, and we always got along great. We were very friendly. We just had disagreements on some things, but you can do that. When the people speak and they make their choice and the election's over, you better pray everything you have that the president will be successful. This is about our country, and I want him to succeed, and I have said this to him. I'll do whatever I can to help in any way humanly possible.
When you're listening to Senator Joe Manchin, who is about done being a senator, talk about wanting Donald Trump to be successful, there's a patriotic element to what he's saying right there. And I was just saying this a little bit earlier in the show. The idea that we need to keep pushing and identifying and pointing to people who are never Trump. Donald Trump is the president. He won. Scoreboard. He's there. He's back. He is going to do the things that he said he is going to do. He's going to get his confirmations through, probably, maybe all, if not most of them. And he's going to be able to affect the outcome of the next 4 years in a way that could impact our country for generations. That is the consequence of the last election. And a lot of that has to do with how dismal and really absent Joe Biden was from the entire process. Listen to another senator, Fetterman. Gosh, this guy. Listen to him talk about Donald
And after
Trump.
you survived an assassination, you literally were shot in your head and had the presence of mind to respond, fight, fight, fight. I mean, that's a political talent. It's undeniable. And also, I never believed that it was about fascism. And for me, that made it difficult for
Kamala Harris said that he was a fascist.
Yeah, well, it's like that's her prerogative. I mean, but it's not a word that I would use because you put a lot of Democrats, especially in my state, that I know and I happen to love people that are going to vote for Trump, and they are not fascist. And also fascism, that's not a word that regular people, use. That, I think people are going to decide who is the candidate that's going to protect and project, my version of the American way of life. And that's what happened.
Oh, what you know, Joe?
Joe Concha, Fox News contributor.
Joe Concha, author of The Greatest Comeback Ever Inside Trump's Big, Beautiful Campaign, which is coming out in April with a great cover, I might add. Joe, welcome back to the show. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. So just to describe the cover, Annie, and Merry Christmas to you as well, I could have gone with any picture, any photo of Trump. There's a billion to choose from, and I insist. At HarperCollins, my publisher, I said, we have to put the McDonald's shot on. It's got to be him waving at the drive-thru. That is the entire campaign right there.
Yeah, it is. And really, it's kind of emblematic of the way I feel like the country feels in response to Donald Trump. He's back. He's going to do his thing. We know that there are people who hate him, but there are so many people that are kind of in play. Maybe they very, very reluctantly voted for Kamala Harris. I think there are a lot of people who voted for her that weren't really so sad when Donald Trump won. And a lot of people who didn't vote for Donald Trump maybe didn't vote for the Democratic candidate either. I feel like all of these people are now in play coming in 2025 for Republicans, something even bigger than Donald Trump, to say we've got a better way of doing things.
Yeah, and it's the coalition, Annie, that we saw that Trump established here where he won a record number of black voters, for example. You got to go all the way back to 1972 to get that percentage of the black vote that he did. Latino voters, the rank and file union members, which used to be completely and totally in the back pocket of Democrats. Young voters, half of all voters aged 18 to 29. We're always told, well, if young people come out, then it's lights out for the Republican candidate. Well, no more. And John Fetterman, I'm so glad you played that clip because I wasn't a big fan of Fetterman, going into that Senate or during that Senate race. I thought he was kind of obnoxious. I thought he had no business taking office because he just seemed he wasn't there, right? And he had to use closed captioning just to understand interviews. And there was just something about him that was real turnoff. I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he's fully recovered. But he makes so much sense. It really is. I mean, and you have Jonathan Karl, who was doing that interview with Fetterman, and he's written how many books now, Carl, on Donald Trump? Oh, that's right, 3 anti-Trump books. But he's the objective one, right? Trying to goad Fetterman into criticizing Trump, and Fetterman was not having it. He understands. And I wonder if he's going to be like the next Joe Manchin, where suddenly he's the next maverick in the Democratic Party, or does he even, like, I don't know if he jumps parties, but he may leave the Democratic Party because he's the only one who's actually making some common sense arguments on that side of the aisle, and he doesn't care. He does not care what criticism he's going to get from his own people on that side because he just doesn't care.
Yeah, it's so nice to see people who are autonomous and really like kind of confidently / even arrogantly autonomous and independent, says what he thinks. You can. It is probably the weirdest story arc of 2024 might be Fetterman, and that is saying something. Yeah. Joe Concha, tell us where we've been in 2024. You've written a book about Joe Biden. Everybody in the media now is like, oh my gosh, he's been absent for 4 years. Where's he been? That's unbelievable. So you've written the book on Joe Biden. You've written the book on the Democratic Party, and you've written a book on what comes next. Take us through this arc of time. There's a lot of journey involved in a year or two of days here.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, well, first of all, have you played that clip of Chris Cillizza, I don't know how you pronounce his name, formerly of CNN? He went on the air on Friday on whatever podcast he has from his kitchen, and he says, I do want to apologize. Yeah. I wish I dug harder to find the real truth out about Joe Biden's cognitive condition. You don't have to dig, you moron. It was right there in front of us. Just watch a TV for 2 seconds or listen to him. Watch him shake hands with the air. Watch him tell stories about having conversations with, deceased world leaders. Maybe he could remember his cabinet member names. Oh, no, couldn't do that either. Falling upstairs, Air Force One, falling on stage at the Air Force Academy, falling off bikes in Delaware. 40% of his time is in Delaware. And you had to dig. You had to talk to a source to confirm all of this. So to answer your question, yeah, when I first wrote Come On, Man, and that was the truth about Joe Biden's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad presidency, I wrote that in 2021 and a little bit of 2022. And then I was saying that he had no business being president because I have eyes, ears, and basic sanity. And when I heard him during the 2020 campaign saying, you got to play the record player for your kids at night, you're like, what are you talking about, record player? And clearly COVID saved him during that election. And he's probably the luckiest guy on earth because he had no business even running for president. In 1988, he had to drop out of the race because he was seen to be a serial plagiarist. Right? That's usually the end of your political career. But, Barack Obama needed an older guy with some experience in foreign policy. So it was between Tim Kaine and Joe Biden. And Biden won that out because he was seen as more likable by union members, I guess. So he fails upwards to the vice presidency. Then COVID comes. And that's the only way he was going to beat Trump because it upended that election completely. And then we just witnessed, by far, the worst. If you're under 50 years old, if you're like Annie Fry and you're 32, 33, you just witnessed the worst presidency of your lifetime. And Nixon is the only person with a lower approval rating leaving office. And, he resigned, right? So it's horrible. I can't find one positive thing to say about this president. Yeah. And now these pardons he's doing on the way out the door just tells you he's not a good person or he's being controlled by people and they're the ones issuing the pardons.
Oh, man. Joe Concha with us right now. You got 100. Do you have a 135 hard out? I just want to confirm.
Yeah. Oh, well, 235 in my world, but we can go to 236 or 7. That's fine.
Okay, I just want to make sure before I wrap and you've got extra time. When you see Joe Biden doing what he's doing right now and the study that you've put into him, do you feel like he's making vengeful decisions now? I feel like it's kind of weird to be like he's making decisions now when he hasn't been for 4 years.
Yeah, if you read that Wall Street Journal report, which was just so revealing as far as 50 sources from inside Biden's world talking about how much they tried to conceal him and protect him from obviously the public and from voters. But then you also read the fact that Biden had powerful people around him that just were making policy decisions on their own. And they wouldn't even check with him, right?
Wow.
And it was so, and it matters because, for instance, one Admiral Smith from the Joint Chiefs tried to get Biden on the phone before the Afghanistan withdrawal to warn him that you can't do this, right? The U.S. has to handle security. You can't leave it in the hands of the Taliban. And sure enough, he, ignored it. They couldn't even get him on the phone. The Admiral couldn't. And then we all saw what happened. So it matters because people died, right?
Right.
And it mattered with October 7th and inflation going through the roof, all these things. And here's a stat to end all stats. He has held 9 full cabinet meetings in the span of 4 years. 9.
That's outrageous.
That's it. He's held 1 this year. He's had 0 press conferences this year solo. Donald Trump had 35 his final year in office. So, yeah, this can't end soon enough, quite frankly. And I said when he dropped out of the race, I said this on your show, I said he has no business being president for the next 6 or 7 months. And now we see the result and what they're doing going out the door. He's going to end up at like 30% approval. And I got to meet those 30% sometime. Let's go bowling.
What are you doing?
Let's talk this out.
Where are you? What are you paying attention to?
Seriously.
You mentioned that reporter who said I should have done a better job. It's really interesting, and you cover the media quite a lot. It's really interesting that should he have done his job, the Democrats would have had a much better shot at an actual nominee that was probably chosen by the Democratic Party at a much earlier time to formulate a much better campaign. And right now, it looks like nobody's watching the media on the lame stream, left stream media anymore. People have tuned it out.
They have, because there are alternatives. I mean, I listen to your show even though I'm in Jersey because you can do that. I love the Ruthless podcast, for example. I listen to Rogan sometimes. You know, obviously those interviews can go on for a long time, and I only have finite time, but it's always interesting when I do, or at least see the clips. And then obviously, you know, Fox News, everybody else is going down. They're losing. MSNBC's losing 50, 60, 70% of their viewers, depending on the show. CNN, same deal. We're gaining viewers still at Fox because, well, maybe, just maybe, we've been honest this whole time, and maybe we're trusted. And, oh, by the way, we have likable people that are actually the same on the air as they are off. And you see, like, CNN trying to do the 5 with that ridiculous Abby Phillips show that's on at, like, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and they can barely draw, like, 350,000 viewers.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, don't. I see.
To your
written
point.
up all the time in media, like, oh, this is, like, the most interesting show ever. No, it's Scott Jennings, like, basically taking somebody to the woodshed. And that's the only interesting thing about that show. Give him a show on CNN.
Amen.
Then maybe with Van Jones, like PTI on ESPN. Like something like that. But they won't do that. They'll just continue to put Brian Stelter on 24 hours a day.
Oh, man. Joe Concha, you are one of those wonderful people from Fox News. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas to you, to your wonderful family. And we hope to talk to you many times in a very, very exciting 2025, which includes your new book, The Greatest Comeback Ever, Inside Trump's Big, Beautiful Campaign. It's available in April. Joe Concha, we appreciate you. Thank you for being with us today.
Merry Christmas, Annie. And yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
No, okay, fine. I'll allow it. Thank you,
Now,
Joe.
I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. All right, I got to go.
Bye. Merry
Bye.
Christmas. Oh, man. Joe Concha, man, there is nobody who gets more words per minute.
No, he's great. If you get 10 minutes with him, it's like 20 minutes with somebody else.
Yeah. I wonder if we slowed it down, if it would sound like normal.
I wonder what it sounds like to somebody who listens to our podcast on double speed.
Ooh, I never thought about that. But the thing of it is that what impresses me so much about Joe is that he spits facts so fast that he's not just saying things to say things. Like he does so much homework. He knows his stuff, and he's very artistic in the way that he presents it. He's one of my favorite guests that we have on, and I like it because he keeps me on my toes. And
I love that he's available to, like, you know, this is 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And he was like, sure, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Brad, on Friday, I told Brad, don't book any guests on Friday. I don't want to have those conversations. And today, he asked me today, he's like, do you want guests today? I was like, I basically said, try Tammy Bruce and Joe Concha or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the most fiery, broadly informed. Like, they can talk about anything. And they're just very kind and pleasant people.
It's so easy to pull quotes from them, too.
Yeah.
For the podcast.
Yeah.
They're great because they give you so much material.
You know, when he's talking about that reporter who was saying all of that stuff about Joe Biden and where Joe Biden was and how they covered it and how they should have covered it. This is Chris from CNN. Listen.
As a reporter, I have a confession to make. I should have pushed harder earlier for more information about Joe Biden's mental and physical well-being and any signs of decline. So let me explain.
Yeah, please. It's an interesting place to cut that down.
He chose not to explain.
Joe Biden
never mind.
Was president from 2020 to 2024. I worked at CNN through 2022. During that time, the early part when I was at CNN, 2020 to 2022, Republicans would regularly ping me and say, why don't you ask more questions to Joe Biden and how he's doing? He's 76, 77, 78-year-old man. And I would sort of brush them off because what I would say is, well, there's no obvious evidence that he's declining. Yeah, he moves a little slower, he talks a little slower, but there's no evidence that he's declining. And the White House and the people around Joe Biden were absolutely adamant that suggesting anything, asking the question about whether he was in some physical, mental, or both decline was offensive.
Isn't it basic journalism when they're like, you can't ask about that you ask twice as much about that?
You should want to. That should be that's why you're there.
Yeah, when we don't talk about Bruno, you want to find out why we don't talk about Bruno.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Biden is Bruno.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Probably. How would we know?
I don't know. We don't ask. It feels like Abbott and Costello. It felt like a bit.
This is a bit. I got news for you. You going to come? You coming over to Christmas morning?
You want to come?
With my dad?
We come?
No,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm coming.
So yeah, Christmas morning is going to be weird because I am going to be at your parents' house.
Yeah, are they?
For Christmas morning, and yeah, they're going to be there. Just me and them, probably. Just doing a little gift exchange. I pulled their name, so.
What, in the family gift exchange?
Yeah.
I'm not in that.
Yeah. We didn't want to burden you. You got so many things going on. But
That's what it feels like.
We're going to have a nice, we're just going to have some eggnog, maybe a little bourbon in there. Nice Christmas morning. A little warm Kentucky hug going down. And we're just going to have a little family gift exchange.
Where's your wife during this?
She's at home with the kids.
It's like somebody's got to watch them.
Yeah, we're not going to leave them alone at home. This is kind of a crazy question.
Where are your kids?
They're at home with my wife.
I hadn't established that yet when I asked about your wife.
Yeah, they're not coming. They're not part of the extension of the Fry family.
It's not the Fry family.
I know, but I don't know what else to call them.
That's what you call them. Well, you're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Christmas special that we will have for you starting tomorrow at 6 p.m. with an introduction to it and his own special thing, Mark Reardon. I'm really excited to tune in earlier than I would traditionally to the Christmas special because Mark Reardon, starting at 3 o'clock tomorrow, is going to get us in the Christmas Eve spirit. I know he's really excited about it, so am I. So you're going to want to keep it right here on 97.1. I know that you are somebody who is like super into the news and super into what is taking place during this transition period. But at the same time, for Christmas, it's like you still want to be able to chill and be mellow. This Christmas, you don't have to shut everything else out. You put us on in the background. We're going to guide you through, and everybody who is around in your family is going to like it too. It's good for everybody. Speaking of the YouTube live chat poll, will mixed politics with mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Yes or no? We'll be right back.
Ain't conniving, just ain't jiving. I don't know what you know, Joe. Well, I don't know Latin.
This is the Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
I don't know.
Stewart's American Mortgage and the Bagel Loan is a phone call away for you. 314-324-4440. This man is working through the holiday season. So if you are interested in getting yourself in a much, much better economical position starting 2025, your phone call to Stewie today, your text message to Stewie today at 314-324-4440 is going to get you down the road to refinancing your mortgage, probably at a lower rate if you got your mortgage in the last couple of years. If you need to take cash out, pay down some debt, repair something in the home, you can do a Bagel Loan cash out refinance. Or if you're getting a new home and you need a new mortgage, get a Bagel Loan mortgage today. 314-324-4440. Annie, why the Bagel Loan? Well, because you pay $0 in closing costs, which is the obvious no-brainer for you. I have refinanced my mortgage 2 times with the Bagel Loan, and I have a sweet low rate from Stewie, and I'm grateful that I did it. It was a great process, and I highly recommend it. 314-324-4440. Google the Bagel Loan, NMLS number 226715.
Greg Hammonds at greghammonds.com wants to remind you that if you pay for your own health insurance, open enrollment ends January 15th. If you are looking for coverage, do not go online looking for quotes. You'll get endless calls from call centers, and they will not stop. Instead, call Greg, an expert with over 40 years' experience, and he can provide sound advice for your health insurance needs. Their plans, if you qualify, let you pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% lower cost than Obamacare. The monthly premiums are independent of your income, so there will be no surprise tax bills. If you pay for your own health insurance, own a small business, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Greg at 314-794-7784. That's 314-794-7784. Or go to greghammonds.com. That's greghammonds.com. They will custom design a plan managed by you, not the government.
This station is now conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
We all know how important nutrition is to our health, and now is the time to do something about it. With Neovitamin Women's Multivitamin, you can give your body sensible doses of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to support your daily health. Created by a St. Louis physician, Neovitamin Women's Multivitamin is formulated with our proprietary blend for daily support you won't find anywhere else. Best of all, you can get Neovitamin Women's Multivitamin delivered right to your door with our convenient monthly subscription. Go to neovitamin.com and sign up for a subscription today.
Will mixed politics with mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Yes or no? That's today's YouTube live chat poll. You find it by typing in Annie Fry on YouTube, and the poll, along with the live stream, will come up. 146, this time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
It's a January tradition. The Mark Cox Morning Show will be broadcasting live from the Missouri State Capitol Wednesday, January 8th for the first day of the legislative session. Sponsored by Golden Oak Lending. Homeowners get cash in as little as 14 days at Golden Oak Lending.
You're listening to The Annie Fry Show. Interact with Annie on Facebook. The Annie Fry Show.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save us?
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. A reminder, we've talked about it quite a bit today, but we're just making sure that you are aware that we're going to have a Christmas special on 97.1. People probably think, oh, I'm not going to put the Fox News radio affiliate station on in the background to set the mood during the holiday season, but there's every reason to do that. We've really flipped everything. Also, if you tune in and you hear it, we're still 97.1. Being so weird.
We
to
haven't
flip
changed formats.
Yeah. Having Annie host DJ Christmas music, that will not be the day. What's your favorite part of it?
I just love all the bits that we do. Actually, I like a lot of the music that we do, too, because it's versions of songs that you know, but it's not versions that you hear a lot. So it's familiar, but it's, by the time you get to Christmas and Christmas Eve, if you've been listening to Christmas music, you've kind of heard it over and over. But these are kind of, it's like it refreshes it all a little bit.
Yeah. I like that the songs, they're kind of our choices of our favorite Christmas songs. So I like the songs on it, but I also like the interviews.
It's just wars over and over and over
and over.
By different artists.
Ryan selected this song.
Yeah.
And this one. And this one. But I really like the interviews because I think that gives you guys a chance. And this is coming from me whenever I was a listener. The interviews give you a chance to kind of get to know us a little better. And it's not political talk. It's family talk. It's Christmas. It's stuff like that. That's a lot of fun. And then Ryan on some of these bits. On some of them, they're all right. The other ones are really good, but some of the bits are a lot of fun.
Some are just okay. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Some are, a 7 out of
and
10.
when we say bits, it's not, what do you mean by that?
Like comedy segments, basically.
We have comedy segments?
We do. On the Christmas Christmas special, there are some weird Christmas things that we've done throughout the year.
I don't know if they're weird, but they're goofy. They're funny. They're Ryan Wiggins.
So the Rolo one we just played the other day.
I don't even know what you're talking about. What is in this that is just for being goofy?
Well, there's the Mariah Carey
thing
that walks you through the history of that song, and it's almost all false.
Accurate. Yeah. Okay, so there's that.
There is a story.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah. There's a story that I tell. I think this one's newer. I think I did this one 2 years ago, where I tell the story of meeting the Chipmunks finally, and how big of a letdown it was. The put a Rolo on it bit is in there. It's just a way to do cheap
just to be clear,
Christmas stuff.
Those are all your parts.
Those are my parts.
Yeah. That is probably in 6 hours of content, a total of
15 minutes.
I was going to say 10.
If that.
So there are conversations that we have had that are Christmas oriented, but it's a lot of music. We tell the Polar Express story, and if you listen to the reading of the Polar Express, that's my dad who came in and read it, and then I produced, this is back during the Saturday show times, the Andy Fry show, I produced it with sound effects in the background, so it's essentially the reading of the book, the Polar Express, and then sound production behind it. So it's kind of like old-timey radio in a sense. There is Mark Cox reads 'Twas the Night Before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
There's another story in there.
The Grinch.
The Grinch.
Mark Reardon reads that.
Oh, of course he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. So, that's just a bunch of stuff. And then there are, like, Home Alone. There's movie clips that go through Home Alone. There's movie clips that go through It's a Wonderful Life. I think White Christmas. Maybe Christmas Vacation. I don't remember. But throughout the course of the hours, I think there's a total of 6 hours, and it'll repeat a few times. You will be able to just have atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So we would love to have you along the
And
ride.
it's commercial free.
It's also commercial free. Here is my daughter, when she was 3, reading Luke 2.
In those days, a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. This was the first registration when Quirinius was governor of Syria, and all went to be registered, each to his own town. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house and lineage of David, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. And while they were there, the time came for her to give birth, and she gave birth to a firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling cloths, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for him in the inn. And in the same region there were shepherds out in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And the angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord showed about them, and they were filled with fear. And the angel said to them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord. And this will be a sign for you. You will find a baby wrapped in swaddling cloths and lying in the manger." And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace among those with whom he is pleased." When the angels went away from them into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go over to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has made known to us." And they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in a manger. And when they saw it, they made known the saying that have been told them concerning this child. And all who heard it wondered at what the shepherds told them. But Mary treasured up all these things, Papa joined them in her heart. And the shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they have heard and seen.
So that was 3 years old Jensen, who is 12 now. Let's see. No, she'd be 4. She would have been, well, no, she would have been probably, if it was 2016, she would have turned 4. So she was 4 years old when she read that. And then I don't know how it ended up happening, but if that was 2016, I think that some people at the new church that we were at got a hold of her, or maybe heard me play it on the air or something like that. And then they asked her to read it at church when she was 5. And she just reads it every Christmas Eve now. It's like
still
this,
now?
Yeah, the text message just came through asking if she would be willing to do it again. And like every year I keep thinking, it's probably, she's like a young woman now. And I mean, it's like midnight service, candlelight service. And she just continues to be able to do it. And it kind of freaks me out because Molly next year would be the same age as Jensen was when she was reading that. Time flies.
That's pretty cool. I bet you're glad that you have that forever time capsule.
Forever. I can hear that in my head anytime. Like when she goes, and the baby. She was yawning when she said that. I mean, it's a lot of words for a little 4-year-old to say. And the way we put that together is she and I sat in this back studio room when we were at MS at the Powerhouse at Union Station. And we sat there early on a Saturday before my 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Saturday show was on. And we just sat in there and we opened the Bible and I would just say, in those days, and she would repeat it exactly like I said it. And that's just the kind of kid she was. And for the most part, she's got a little bit of that teen-tude going on here, but I keep reminding her that her attitude is my attitude. Like, I know I'm on to you. I know your game. My husband just stands there and his eyes are wide open like, oh, crap. Which I remind him his son is just like him. But it's, like, she's just very compliant, very eager to help. So when she was 4 and I would go, in those days, she'd say, in those days. And then you say things like Quirinius. And she's like, why and she just pulled it off. She did such a good job. So we'll have stuff like that in the Christmas special, and we invite you to participate. Just keep it on 97.1. You can keep it on in the background. Turn your radio on, folks, and let us keep you company through the holiday season. Let's open some presents next. Don't go away.
If you're considering an annuity as part of your retirement plan, we need to talk. Hi, I'm Bob Stockdale, Senior Vice President Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. Annuities can be a useful tool for some retirement investors, but not all annuities are created equal. Every week, we meet clients who own complex annuities that don't suit their needs and, in some cases, actively undermine their retirement plan. Before you purchase an annuity, get a second opinion from the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel. Requesting a consultation is free of charge. To request a free consultation, contact us at clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com, or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas & Company Incorporated, member NYSE and SIPC.
It's Mark Reardon from my friends at Zero Res. Here's a question for you. You need to answer honestly. Is your home ready for the holidays? If you haven't had the carpets cleaned in a while, the answer is no, and this is the time to do something about it. And I have a great offer from my friends at Zero Res right now during the month of December. I've had Zero Res in my home so many times over the last decade. Unfortunately, a lot this year because of pet accidents. They can always help you in a pinch. But for some overall cleaning, getting your home ready for the holidays, maybe getting the gunk out of the air ducts, this is a great time to do it. Call Zero Res at 314-474-2020 or book online at ZeroResSTL.com. And the offer, when you mention my name or 97.1 FM Talk for the month of December, 3 rooms starting at $129, $75 off your air duct cleaning package. They have great customer service, a ton of crews, and the legendary 30-day Gotta Love It guarantee. Book your appointment today. You spell it backward or forward, it spells the same. Zero-Res. Call 314-474-2020 or online, ZeroResSTL.com.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio.
That's GetJim.com.
97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Allegations. I'm Deborah Valentine, Fox News. The House Ethics Committee has released a damning report on former Congressman Matt Gaetz. It alleges Gaetz used illegal drugs and regularly paid for sex, including with an underage girl. Fox's Eben Brown.
Republican former Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida is taking to his X account to deny claims made in the House Ethics report that he engaged in prostitution. In posted screenshots, presumably of witness testimony transcripts, Gaetz highlights instances where the witnesses claim to have never charged for services, but that money was received, with Gaetz commenting he was dating this person at the time and simply gave her money. Gaetz also claims the release of the report by the House Ethics Committee is defamatory and that as a former House member, they hold no jurisdiction over him. In Broward County, Florida, Eben Brown, Fox News.
President-elect Trump wants to buy Greenland, even though Denmark says it's not for sale. Here's Fox's Therese Crowley.
President-elect Trump interrupting Russia and China in their global bid for domination of the Arctic. Posting on Truth Social, for national security and freedom throughout the world, the U.S. feels that ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity, as he named his pick for U.S. ambassador to Denmark, PayPal co-founder Ken Howry. Denmark's response has been it's not for sale. Ever since then, President Trump first floated the idea of buying Greenland in 2020. Russia has sought to claim territory in Greenland's exclusive economic zone. The island holds mineral deposits, maybe vast oil, but also the only permanent ice sheet outside Antarctica. Trump suggests ownership could hold the key to global and climate security. Therese Crowley, Fox News.
AAA says the current average for a gallon of regular gas is $3.04, and that is up about 2 cents since last week. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AB.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
On this Monday afternoon, clouds dominate. A little light rain from time to time, 49. Little light rain and sprinkles off and on tonight, 38 degrees. Tuesday, clouds. A steadier rain moves in Tuesday afternoon, 46. Christmas Eve, periods of rain. Looks wet, 39. Christmas Day, Wednesday, clouds and some rain, and 48. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon from my friends at ThrottleNet, and you've probably heard George Rosenthal from ThrottleNet on the show. He's a technology whiz, and George and his team can educate you and your business on the dangers lurking with technology. Here's a unique opportunity along those lines. Does your company have a lunch and learn or guest speakers? For a limited time, ThrottleNet is providing free lunch and learns to provide cybersecurity awareness training. One click can cause a ton of damage to your business. ThrottleNet is determined to make sure that doesn't happen. And if it does, they're the cybersecurity experts who can help. ThrottleNet is known for high customer satisfaction, averaging 99% happiness with over 35,000 surveys. They have an industry-leading response time of less than 2 minutes. And no clients of ThrottleNet have ever paid ransom as a result of a cyber attack. Contact ThrottleNet at throttlenet.com/971 and we can schedule your free company lunch. Don't miss out. Find out more today about ThrottleNet at throttlenet.com/971.
Are you tired of feeling sick and tired? I'm Dr. Nick Barnes of Health from Within Family Chiropractic. Our simple 5-step approach aligns your health naturally. We correct spinal abnormalities to maximize nerve supply, focus on pure and simple nutrition, exercise and oxygen, mindset, and minimizing toxins in your body. Transform your health today with Health from Within, conveniently located on Manchester in Rock Hill or online at healthfromwithinstl.com.
When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Ryan Wiggins here from Wiggins America and the Annie Fry Show. One of the best things that's under-celebrated about the holiday season is the time off, resetting for the coming year. And boy, do we have a big one ahead. Looking forward to it. Merry Christmas.
That is exactly what I needed to hear.
Thank God someone here knows what they're talking about.
That's us. That's right. Gotta love this American ride.
All right, you need to take the time and get the full picture.
Don't get me wrong, I love the ladies. I mean, they rev my engine, but they don't belong in the newsroom. It is Anchor Man, not Anchor Lady.
Goodness sake, kid. Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
I'm not America's sweetheart.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. We have an exciting Christmas special all worked up for you starting tomorrow at noon, and pretty much on from there, you're going to be able to enjoy a lot of Christmas programming here on the Annie Fry Show. Mark Reardon's going to do his thing at 3, and we're looking forward to being able to present that and spend that time with you. When we're going to open gifts here in a minute, and I just said, like, okay, let's divvy them up. And I looked at Ryan, I'm like, you want to get your gifts out? He goes, well, they're not wrapped.
They're in a gift box. They're in their own box. But you can see what they are.
Explain your...
I didn't know we were going...
Did you run out of time?
No, I just made a decision.
Those boxes have been sitting on the sill in his office for
2 weeks?
2-3 weeks at least, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see what I got you.
I didn't run out of time.
I had
you
plenty
ain't
of
worth
time.
wrapping your presents.
I thought those were very nice boxes, and I wanted them to be seen.
So I need to explain something quickly. So hold on. I have gifts, but they're at home because I didn't know you guys were taking tomorrow off. So I assumed we were doing this tomorrow. So all mine are just sitting at home right now under our tiny little tree, which is about the size of the one in studio, by the way.
Still at Walmart is what you mean.
No, I do not mean still at Walmart, Ryan.
He's like,
Ryan,
I wouldn't get you
home.
anything from Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
No, Walmart's too nice for Ryan. Yeah, I mean, Dollar Tree is probably about the max I would go for.
We just went there
Ryan.
yesterday. My son bought a bunch of things there for
all
his
that
brother.
to say that, are you guys back on the 26th? Yes? No? When are you back? When are you guys back?
I'll be here.
You're the only one?
You can give me my
Well,
present.
Ryan, you will get yours on the 26th, but...
I will be back for an insurrection of the Annie Fry Show on January 6th.
Hey, so you'll get a insurrectionist present
forget the
from
holiday party
Ethan.
part.
Merry insurrection.
January 6th is a holiday for a lot of people.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well,
so there's my defense.
Ryan went way, way deep into the thought process of what to get people, and he gave us something from his sponsor, Andrea's.
Yeah, I went there and bought those, though. I didn't call and be like, hey, send me some gift boxes.
Thank you for the incredible packaging.
You're welcome.
Hard to go wrong with Andrea's.
Is that real wood grain?
Mm-hmm. That is real wood. Those
it was
are real wood
once,
boxes.
Then it was fabricated
Then
into
it was
cardboard.
made down into pulp.
That's how it
refashioned into cardboard and made to look like original wood.
Andrea's barbecue sauce, Andrea's steak sauce, Andrea's house salad dressing. A wonderful gift from my husband.
Normally, I would say
Those
the
are all
pressure's on.
amazing
This better
sauces.
be really good, but you've talked so much about it and have spoken so highly that I'm not even worried.
It's great. And I know Brad uses it.
I use
I'm
use
actually
the,
really excited for that.
the barbecue
Look,
sauce daily.
Then I've sold you.
You've totally sold me.
Yeah. All three of them: the dressing, the barbecue sauce, and the steak sauce.
I'm already booked at Fountains Family Dental. No, I'm
Are you
kidding.
really?
No, I'm not.
Hey, one more. Hey, before we start opening, this one was a little bit lame, so I didn't want to make this an official part of the gift, but just in case you wanted a copy and you haven't had one
Are
yet.
you freaking kidding me?
I did. I was going to give you my book.
Andrea's steak sauce and your book.
If you wanted one. You want one?
Yes, I want one.
Okay, good. I'm glad somebody does.
Well, we have a fireplace now, and it just started working, so this
Oh,
will be
yeah?
great kindling.
Wait, are you
That's
going to
great.
rebuy it or are you
Oh,
going to
man.
burn with it?
That's
I was
great.
kidding. I was kidding.
Don't burn the glossy stuff.
Oh, yeah, bad for the environment.
bad for the environment.
You can read about that on page. They don't have numbers.
That's right. They're
This is my
numberless.
kind of book. There's probably on average 25 words per page.
Uh-huh.
This is perfect
And
for me.
pictures.
Yeah.
And pictures.
On average, it takes you about 25 minutes to
What is
read
the
the
name
entire
of this book?
The grocery list, food for thought. I wasn't trying to promote it. I just was giving you guys a copy if you wanted one. But they'll just be right here.
I bet pirates would pretend to be interested in a woman's inner beauty sometimes.
Brian takes the opportunity to give us gifts so that he can promote his client and his book.
But really,
I feel the Christmas spirit.
But really, all
was
they
very
cared
thoughtful.
about was the outer beauty.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's
beautiful.
It is a good one, though.
I'm in the middle of signing your book.
That is the weirdest.
What?
That is the weirdest thing. People, so at least one person, if not others, have asked Annie to sign my book.
Oh, and I'm signing it all right. Don't give
You
it
didn't
away.
sign my book.
I did not. You want me to sign it?
I want you to sign my
I want
book.
you to stand in a line when I go to my next book signing.
No, you're going to sign it right now.
My
for
next
me.
book signing. When
Ryan,
you had a book
is
signing?
there a book signing and is there a line?
There is not.
What?
There's
That
no book
line is your
signing,
children, and he
there
wants
is
you to
no
stand
line.
behind them.
Let me ask this. How much does a signature increase the value of this book?
100-fold.
100-fold.
Yeah.
So from
It was
0
given to you.
Yeah, as far as
0?
resale goes, it's 0. Now, if you buy it new, then you're going to get the full package. But so Annie's apparently reading it during the show because
No,
she's
I'm not
signing.
reading it.
She's signing.
I'm signing it.
She's signing every page.
It's totally different.
Every page. Approved by Annie Fry.
Yeah,
No, that's not what it
I'm
says.
making her.
All right, Ryan, you're hosting this segment because you're the one who wanted to do gift opening.
Oh, did I?
And you're done.
Okay. You guys went a little bit big. I didn't realize that this was. I thought it was just going to be like a friendly thing, but this is a little much, guys.
Okay, that is a bagel loan.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
A bagel loan.
Can I get
and
some
the
carpet
other one
swaths?
right there is air conditioner from Air Comfort Service.
Oh.
Is this from you?
Yeah. I told you it's a bagel loan. See, this is why radio opening gifts is
What?
bad. We're all sitting here watching him open things.
What was really Oh, go ahead.
This is a great gift.
Yeah, I know it's a great
for
gift.
my job.
Yeah. Yeah, it's functional. Do you know what it is?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I think it might be golden.
Yeah, it's solid gold.
It's a golden bell.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh no.
You have to take
Put
it.
put on something solid.
Do you see where it's from?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Do you see where it's from?
Disney.
Where?
Look what it says on the
Yeah,
other
it says
side.
on the top of it.
Made in China.
No.
Oh Lord.
The Hollywood Tower Hotel. Oh, it's a Twilight Zone bell.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like the bellhop bell from the
Pretty thoughtful. From
Yeah,
the,
that's
from
cool.
the
Let me see.
hotel.
I
It
think it needs
is.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a professional.
Man,
when
that
it comes
ride.
to
Bells
working
are
these
pretty
things.
complicated.
You know, I have not been to Hollywood Studios since I went with you guys.
Why did it go that bad?
No, every time we've been back, we've gone to
Epcot.
pretty much ride Guardians of the Galaxy.
I like my
Just sit there and
sweatshirt. I
ride
just got this.
Well, that's
Sale.
fun.
It's
That is an amazing sweatshirt.
my cheery sweatshirt. Don't open that one yet.
Okay.
I might take that one back.
I'll wait.
Yeah. You're hosting.
Oh, am I? Okay. Well, the next thing I'm going to do is open another
I
gift
like
to how me.
his hosting is. Well, I'll just keep opening my presents.
Okay, then I think it is Brad's turn. I'm going
All
to
right.
pass the baton while I open one.
So this
ahead.
one's from Annie.
Okay. It's
You
from
can
Annie.
talk, Ryan. You're hosting, remember?
Well, I don't know who's from what, though. Oh. Is this from you? No, this is from Brad.
I just explained that.
Thank
you just
you.
explained that. Okay.
Thank you for that.
Okay, Brad is
I'm
opening.
Still trying to get this out of here. Oh,
something very unique.
Whoa.
Can I use this on Ryan?
You can do whatever you want with it.
This is a T-Rex target shoot, and it shoots up to 25 feet or 7.62 meters.
Yeah, we don't care about the metric system.
Only when it comes to ammo.
What is a T-Rex
What is
target
that?
shoot? Show it's.
Look
it's
at you boys.
It's a T-Rex.
Look, Ethan's
and-
face
yeah.
is Christmas morning. Look at him. He wants that.
What is
So-
it? What does it do?
Explain-
It
Hold it up to the
shoots.
camera.
It shoots
It's
things?
It's a
It's a-
T-Rex that has its mouth open, and the mouth is a target for a gun that shoots foam balls.
Does it
Yes.
come with that gun?
Yes.
Also?
Balls.
Yeah, everything's in there.
And then it tallies how many times you shoot the balls into the T-Rex mouth target.
Yeah.
Now that.
Oh,
amazing.
so the T-Rex isn't
Is the
shooting
target.
the balls.
No. It's
Okay.
yeah.
So do you shoot the T-Rex in the
well,
mouth?
maybe we can open it up and test it out.
We
I'll
should
show
test it
over.
out.
Hey,
amazing.
this one's funny from Brad. It's a little plaque. It says, "This too shall pass. It might pass like a kidney stone, but it will pass." Didn't I say that the other day?
You said that Friday. I almost gave that to you to open.
You had this before I said that?
Yes.
Oh,
it was,
yeah.
it was
That's
over there on the
hilarious.
thing, yeah.
Where
that's
did you
funny.
get that?
The mall. I
Which
went to
mall?
the St. Clair Square.
Oh, right. That's
I
right.
went to the
Okay.
mall, and it was like being 16 again. There were people walking around, and there was a lot of stuff going on. So I went 2 times in the past week, and the second time was Saturday, and there was just a bunch of people walking around. And it was like my wife went into Bath and Body Works to get stuff, and it just reminded me of being in high school again.
You guys really went big here. I didn't know we were going to do that. Whoa.
We didn't do
Are you,
anything
you're,
that we don't
you're,
do every
you're
year.
trashing on
Brad.
Andrea's steak sauce right now.
Well, but you guys got multiple things. This is a Sega Genesis game from Brad.
Mm-hmm. What game is it?
RBI Baseball 4.
RBI
Oh, that's
Baseball
beautiful.
4.
Do you have a Sega Genesis?
I might still somewhere. We were talking about this one time. I guess he decided to gift it to me.
Yeah.
These are very thoughtful gifts.
So
And then
is it
this-
just a game? Can he play it without a Sega?
Well, he's got to
Eh,
open all his presents.
Oh,
first.
wait now. So I got to open this next one.
Whoa.
I think
Sega.
I think I might know what's
I think
ahead
that's the
here.
right note, too.
Holy
You can go
moly.
check my work.
Genesis. It says Genesis 2 on it. What,
Yes.
What does that mean?
So there were 3 iterations. There was a 1,
Okay.
a 2, and a 3. And so that's the middle generation.
Assumed
So
it
this
had
is an actual Sega Genesis?
Yes.
Like original?
Yes.
That's a good
What?
gift.
I was expecting maybe an emulator. This
No.
is like a real Genesis.
This is the real deal. And so that little piece that I gave you over there is so that you can hook it up to a modern TV.
Oh my gosh! I
Yo.
still have all my
Hook it
old
up to that
games.
thing.
and
awesome.
stuff.
Still have all your
I
old
think I
Genesis
do.
games?
Hook it up
That's
to that
awesome.
thing.
Okay.
Ethan, can you do that?
What?
You think you can hook
You
that
need an
thing up while we're
HDMI
doing the
cable.
show?
Do we have one of those
I don't
here?
know. If you ask
Oh.
Robert, I'm sure he'll find you one.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to
I
go
don't know.
get Robert,
Not yet.
Mr.
Not now.
Quarterly of the Month guy,
Oh, man. Everybody's winning awards.
Q4.
You can go ahead.
She just said not to right
Oh,
now.
Not
okay.
right now. We're doing
Well,
gifts.
I was hosting, so.
So, yeah.
You're not bossing. You're hosting.
The other thing is, too,
You don't have any
that's-
power.
it is original, but it's old
How does it feel?
electronics.
Uh-huh.
So if they said if it doesn't work, I can return it and
Well, you
swap
gave
it
me
for
the
same-
converter.
Yes.
So
But like they said that the system should work, but if you have any problems with the system, let me know. I have the receipt and I can take it and swap it for a different one. And
That's
it should
amazing.
work,
no
so.
kidding.
That's quite the gift.
You can get quite the deal on those too. It's amazing. So
It's amazing what something being 60 years old will do.
oh,
That's
it's not
maybe,
that
maybe
old,
60
dude.
years old.
Dude.
Dude. I just threw a number out. All right,
Old
easy,
tech.
easy.
Are you gonna order?
60.
Are you gonna open anything?
Brad?
Brad,
I'm just doing what you do.
Why
I
is
told
she
you I
so
was going to just do
gun-shy?
what you do.
So-
Just going to make this difficult.
Just
Annie,
toss
why
to
don't
Brad.
you open that small one on top over there?
All right. See, Brad's hosting.
And
And
that
he's
one-
producing. He's taking care of
That
your-
one right there is from
Double
me.
duty.
It's from, huh?
Me and Terry. but-
Okay. It's got great wrapping paper. I
Yeah.
like
Who
it.
wrapped
so,
it?
Oh, Terry for sure. Terry used to work at Hallmark.
Oh.
And so, like, if you look at it, if
She
it
don't play
looks
around.
Has she been in
Yeah.
movies?
No. But if you look at anything that's wrapped, if the wrapping looks a little wonky, that's me. If it looks nice and well done and professional, that one's from Terry. So we
Wonky.
so
That's a funny word.
It's a little nativity scene.
and that is olive wood from Jerusalem.
Wow, that's
Whoa.
crazy.
And that's a little piece of incense in the
Did you go get that
Inside.
yourself?
Very cool.
I didn't go over there and get it
Yeah,
myself.
he
but-
went to Jerusalem.
And
Ryan went to Andrews.
so-
Went to Andrea's and the Dead Sea, but I didn't bring anything
That's
back.
really cool. Look at that.
Mhm.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's wonderful.
nice.
Brad, you host now.
Okay,
Ryan's
so
fired.
Ethan, you haven't opened anything yet, Ethan. So the one bag, the blue bag's
Hold
for
on.
me.
Let's
the
just tell you what they are.
Okay, yeah. Quote unquote
Did you
open.
open it? Yeah.
So Ethan, why don't you open one of those two bags? The white bag's from Annie, the blue bag's from me. So whichever one you
okay,
want.
all right.
So he's going in for the blue bag.
Here we go.
And don't take your time. Just dive right in.
Ooh, we love beanies. Oh, that is amazing.
What is it?
It is an Alabama Crimson Tide beanie. That is mighty sharp. Roll Tide, baby. And
with the palm on the top.
some socks. Some Alabama socks.
Did you hear the Indiana coach on the panel? It's talking major-ish.
Yeah, he's
about,
a clown.
Did you hear him
Kirk Cignetti's
say
an
that
absolute
we
clown.
don't beat top 25 teams? We kick the ish out of them.
Yeah, he's a
and then he
clown.
starts talking about how he learned everything he knows from Saban, and then Saban goes, "You didn't learn how to talk ish from me." He said that on the thing.
He's a clown.
And then it was like the broadcasters for the Notre Dame football game were penalized by having to do that game. At the end, they were like, "This is the biggest waste of time ever."
It was.
I was like, they need to ease up.
It was a terrible game. Now, to be fair, Cignetti was talking about his time with his previous school about beating top 25 teams, but the context of it, like, sounded
I just said,
terrible.
man,
that
Freeman
was
should
so
go,
bad.
Marcus Freeman should just be like, "Hey, boys, just want you to see this. All
And
right,
here's-
let's go take care
Here's
of
the
business."
crazy thing. Like, love you, Annie. Notre Dame, I don't even think is crazy good. Like, they're a decent team, but I think they're probably going to get beat in their next game.
As the tight end for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, I take that very personally.
But
Love you, Annie. You have no idea how dedicated I am.
Well, yeah, you had on a jersey the other day, and
I
that's a pretty serious devotion in my opinion.
Thank you.
So is this from you?
Me and Terry.
Brett? Oh, thank you so much. This is awesome. This is probably going to be worn this week. Both of these
excellent.
things.
Do you
So-
even ski?
Do I ski? Have never skied in my life.
Everybody wants to know.
Skiing is such.
Yeah, what is up? I didn't know that you had to like ski to wear beanies.
I don't know.
You don't have to love the team that you're wearing. For instance, last week I wore a Michigan State shirt for no reason.
It's true. And how many people asked you about if you're a Sparty
Yeah,
guy?
I thought this is just a shirt, and everybody's like, "Oh, okay, all right," asking me questions about Michigan State. I don't know.
Ethan, why don't you
Hey,
go
go
ahead and-
green.
Ethan,
Yeah.
why don't you go ahead and open up the other one
Okay, all right.
while we're doing this? Because
What's it called?
I'm
Is
looking at the clock.
is it ASMR? Is that what it's called when it's
Oh,
like
God.
Please do that.
yeah, where you like
godforsaken thing.
all
Yeah.
the noises.
Here.
we go. It's a box. Ooh, it's an ornament. Cardinals ornament.
Turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it
Oh yeah,
around.
gotta show the people.
Yeah, look.
It
What's on the
is-
back of the box?
Is a gift card.
Well,
Ooh.
yeah, that's just
Yeah.
look at the ornament.
Oh, just the ornament. Forgot. Right. Don't look
I
at
don't
the
want
gift
you to
card.
miss that
Don't look
part.
at the gift card. So this is a Cardinals bobblehead
I think
ornament.
the feet kind of like when you hang it. I think it's almost like a reverse bobblehead. I think
that's
the
awesome.
feet kinda
And the
jingle.
the head is a baseball with a Cardinals hat on it. Looks like he's rounding third base. And let's see if I can get it out of this box. Let's see if I can outsmart the box here. This is awesome. Thank you. And new marriage, new family, new ornaments for
Yes.
a tree. So this is
New tree,
awesome.
or do you do real?
New first
well,
baseman.
We will
First
eventually.
baseman.
Yeah, true. Wilson Contreras.
Goldschmidt stuff's on sale right now.
That doesn't surprise me
surprised we
because
didn't
he's
get
with
some
a
for
different
Christmas.
team now.
I'll get you some for New Year's Day.
Let's take a quick break. We got a few more gifts to open up. We would love to hear from you on the YouTube live chat poll. Will mixed politics with mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Yes or no? Go vote. Leave a comment and tell us what you think. And we are here to wish you Merry Christmas. So stick around. We got a lot more coming up on the Annie Fry Show in just a few minutes. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Find the podcast, on-demand audio, and more at 971talk.com/Annie.
CassinsCan.com. That is the website. If you're looking to purchase a vehicle, yeah, I know we're buying everything these days, but when it comes time to buy a vehicle, you need to make sure that you have good people helping you out through that process. CassinsCan.com. That is the website that you're going to want to check out. 618-800-2712. 618-800-2712. Give them a call and talk to them about the vehicle you're looking to purchase. You can enjoy a lease on a brand new 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie Crew Cab with an MSRP of $69,000. $39,565 for just $675 per month, which is an incredible value. This offer is only good through January 2nd, so you're going to want to hurry. Make that phone call to get that conversation started today. These are not pushy people. They are kind people, and they are looking at earning your business for the long haul. So reach out to them at 618-800-2712, 618-800-2712, and ask them about your vehicle purchase that you are looking to make, whether it's a very, very fast purchase you're looking to make or you're just kind of starting the process. Go online to CassinsCan.com.
Hey, Jimmy Fallon here with a quick listening tip for you. If you miss Fox Across America or any of your other Fox News favorites, do not worry. I got you covered. You can stream previously aired shows with Rewind, available exclusively on the free Odyssey app. So if you're busy work days, it doesn't mean you have to miss out on the news. Listen to your Fox shows on your time with Odyssey. To get started, just download the free Odyssey app and search for Fox News Radio. That's Odyssey, Audacy. I'm spelling it out in case you're a little slow like me.
Gain peace of mind that your flooring and carpet installation will be done right the first time when you hire the experts at Michael's Flooring Outlet. They give all their clients attentive personal service, even bring toys for the kids of the household. It's a family-owned and operated business for 25-plus years. They make sure you make the right choice for your home. So if you have carpets or hard floors, you're going to be happy for years to come. 3 convenient locations in St. Charles County, 116 Main Street, in Old Town St. Peters at Mid-Rivers and Highway 70, in West County on Olive, and the store in Darden Prairie. Michael's Flooring Outlet, IGotFloor.com.
You're listening to the Annie Fry Show live from the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation Studio. Air Comfort Service is hiring licensed journeymen. Don't have a journeyman license? Air Comfort Service will help you get it. Get guaranteed hours year-round and more. Apply online at aircomfortservice.com.
If you use a smart speaker, you can listen to 97.1 easier than ever. Just tell it to play 97.1 FM Talk. Or download the Odyssey app for your phone and stream the station whenever, wherever.
The first Noel the angels did say was the certain Portia, birds in fields where they lay.
This is the Annie Fry Show.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. A couple days from Christmas, and we are very excited to get the show on the road. We're opening gifts here, and are these both from you, Brad?
Yes, they are.
Okay. We're going to do this and get through this, and before we get to the end of the show, does it matter which one I open?
No, they're not related at all.
Okay. So I have one in a box here that seems kind of easy to open, so I'm going to do that. Ooh, this is a gift certificate for one automotive detail service, interior and exterior, including wax. Is this for you're going to detail my car?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
heck no, you don't want to do that.
Yes.
That is you're going to regret that.
Well, if I were to regret it, I wouldn't have given it to you as a gift. There's 3 of those in there, by the way.
What? Wow.
So.
Oh, my gosh.
Brad, my wife will hire you and several others.
That's crazy.
I'll have to think about how much I'll charge her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's very kind. That's very generous. And I know you're good at that stuff, so including wax. Good grief.
Well, if you're going to do it, you got to do the whole thing, right?
For sure. All right. And more Mickey. Very cute. I love this wrapping paper. Where'd she get it from?
I don't know. She came home. She's like, "Look what I found."
Yeah, that's
and she just
perfect.
didn't tell me where I got it, where she got it from.
Yeah.
I'll find out and I'll get it.
You don't ask her, like, where did you buy that wrapping
No.
paper?
Oh, come on. I'm a guy.
Cool.
Is this what this is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
It's a laptop stand.
With a swivel.
Very cool. Oh, so I can move it back and forth.
Yeah.
Instead of
That's
putting it
probably
on
for here.
this book.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. I will use that right now, as I am using the other one that you bought.
I'm going to use this gift right now, too. It is a Sega Genesis.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you've got one left,
Okay,
Ryan.
this
This
is
other
from
one is for
Annie.
me. Please open that up.
Where did you get this paper?
Target. It was in the Republican section, which is why it's red and white.
Oh, it's so cute.
That's it. That's a big box.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to you opening this sucker up.
No electrical tape overpowering you there, bud?
Yep.
Guys, you got to talk.
So it's a robe, and he's putting it on. So for those of you listening
this a
at home,
Hogwarts robe?
It's a burgundy robe. What does that little symbol say? HTH.
HTH. Oh, is this from the Twilight Zone too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's from the Hollywood. It's from the Tower of Terror, but the Hollywood Hotel.
This is a very nice robe.
I know it is a nice robe.
It's like a period piece, but it's very functional.
Yes. I've wondered for a little bit of time whether you're going to keep that for here or take it home.
I don't know. I'm getting a little hot wearing it right now.
Well,
but
you're also wearing a hoodie.
Probably don't wear as much underneath,
Mhm.
but here, by all means, wear
Can
as
you
much.
wear this just as clothes?
I mean, you can try to
Not
do whatever
here.
you want.
We'll see.
You're
We'll
usually
see.
here for a few hours before I am, so if it's a
Mhm.
problem, it'll probably be resolved before
Put
I
my
get
feet
here.
up.
So I'm for whatever.
Nice. This is great. Thanks.
You're welcome.
It looks awesome too.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
And to
Gosh,
all a good night.
that's very thoughtful.
My husband texted and wants Ethan to know that Notre Dame opened as a 1.5 favorite over Georgia, just for the people
really?
paying attention at home.
Man,
So you can see where the Notre Dame alliances lie in the household.
Team SEC better hedge their bets.
How much Christmasing do you have left to do?
Very
Prep.
little. No, I think we have to maybe wrap a couple things, and that's about it. We're done.
You?
Yeah, we're down to wrapping. So everything that hasn't been wrapped, we'll wrap that probably tonight or tomorrow during the day, and then we'll be done.
I think I feel like we always have things to do, and we just keep doing more until the time is up.
That's very true.
And it's if there's extra time, let's bake some cookies. If there's extra time, let's maybe see if we can get another gift for something that makes something a little bit better, or go get a new outfit or something like that. Like clean the house,
Mhm.
do the things. After Christmas is over, it's my son's birthday.
Oh,
the day
yeah.
after.
Yeah.
So he's going to be 15. Did you know in the state of Illinois, on your 15th birthday, you just get your permit?
Really?
Yeah.
Like automatically?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You don't have to. We haven't filled anything out yet for it yet, but you get your permit at 15. You don't get your license until you're 16, but he takes driver's ed next semester, but he gets his permit. It's like you fill out the form and you get it. I was thinking about this. How much driving did you do before you were legal to drive? Like actual behind the wheel of a car, not I drove a tractor or I drove a four-wheeler or this, that, and the other thing. In the driver's seat of a vehicle by yourself, how much did you do before you were in a legal capacity to do so?
Mainly the driver's ed class.
No, that's not.
Not that.
No,
Counting that.
like didn't your dad or mom ever take you out?
They
to,
would not until I was 15. Not much. Once I got the permit, I think they would let me drive with them sometimes.
before the permit.
Then none.
Never.
Not that I can remember. Like maybe they're going
black
to text me and say, "Yeah, we did that a couple times," but I don't
Like
remember
in a
doing
parking lot somewhere.
that. I remember learning to ride a bike like that, but not a car.
Were you 15?
I wanted some independence.
I don't have a permit yet, Dad. I don't think this is legal.
I wanted to ride the family fun time.
Do some laser tag. Eat some rectangle pizza.
I wanted to play neck and neck, the horse racing game. That was before gambling.
Neck and neck.
Yeah, it was my favorite arcade game. It
How
was
much
very random.
How much driving did you do, Brad?
I probably started when I was around 12. We grew up on a farm, so there were things like, okay, hey, run these lunches out to the field or whatever, and so I'd have to drive down, from my grandma's house, down the driveway, down the country road, out into the field road, and out to wherever my grandpa or uncle or dad was with the tractor. So it's just hours upon hours of it.
I used to work with a guy when I worked in golf courses. I worked at Gateway Golf Course for a little while. And you'd say something like this randomly, and it was usually either teenagers who worked in the cart barn or retired guys. So you had a bunch of 18-year-olds and a bunch of 65-year-olds all working together. And
who of those two groups, who was living on the edge more?
that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
Because it really depends on the 65-year-olds and the 18-year-olds,
Yeah.
but it could go either way.
Yeah, right. Well, we had a lot of characters out there, but this one guy was just a very dedicated worker. Most of the retired guys worked there for benefits to be able to just play golf for free, right? They were making minimum wage and they were just playing golf. But this one guy, he was there every morning, just super faithful guy, did everything he needed to do, but he didn't talk a whole lot. but every now and then you'd say something, and he'd go, "Oh yeah, I got a story about that," and you'd be like, "Oh, here we go." Everybody gather around this guy. His last name was Neiman. I don't remember. Maybe his first name was Jack. And
Are you allowed to be saying these names?
oh, he was amazing. I hope he's still around because this was like 25 years ago. And he would start telling a story. And you just remind me of one of the ones we talked about. Because, we were only 18. We had some people had gotten their driver's license, within a year or two of working there. And he's like, "Oh, I remember when I got my driver's license. I was a little older, but I had been driving for many, many years." And we're like, "Oh, okay." Everybody's gathering around the fire. What's this going to be? And he said, "Yeah, this was back when I used to live in the South. I used to run shine." We're like, "Wow, really?" He's like, "Yeah, back when I was about 13 years old, I'd get in a car and take shine wherever it needed to go. And sometimes you had to race basically to get there." And I'm like, wow, these are amazing stories. And it was generational because it was stuff that in the early 2000s, 90s, you wouldn't hear people talking about this stuff unless they had lived through different eras.
Yeah.
And he talked about the first time he'd ever heard rock and roll and all these things, but he wouldn't talk a whole lot. But when he'd tell you that story, man, it was amazing.
I would drive. My grandparents lived next door to my parents, but it's kind of in the country, so it might have been 100 yards, I would say, away from our house. And from the time that we could fit on my parents' lap, my dad's lap or whatever, you'd sit on the lap and you'd steer, and then they'd push the pedals. And then there was, "Can I drive home? Can I drive home? Can I drive home?" And then you drive the 100 yards home. And I mean, I have no idea. I'd have to ask my parents, and I can hear my dad go, I don't remember that. He would remember doing it, but he'd have no idea how old we were. But it was way before. But I mean, it's 100 yards on a street that nobody drives on. So it wasn't that big of a deal. My son he's moved the car a couple of times, but it's like we're right there where I got to get behind the wheel with him and start practicing. And, maybe he's going to want to, I could see him wanting to only go with his dad. I could see him only wanting to go with me. It'll depend. He'll probably pick Jared to do a lot of the practicing, but
Are you nervous about that?
I would be more nervous as a mom with him out with my husband than I would with him out with me. Just because I would have control or be in the same situation. Not because I don't trust my husband at all, but when you're like, if they're out and about, I would just worry until they come home. That's just the way I am. I would just fret, even if there was not really a reason to fret, so to speak. But it's a scary thing. I don't really know how to. It's not new. I mean, everybody listening right now remembers when their kid did this, or when they, I remember getting my permit and I remember getting my license, and it was the greatest freedom that I've ever felt.
Yeah.
Like to be able to drive and to go places. Like I was so excited for that day. And then I hear about kids today who aren't excited for doing that. And it's not as prevalent in my personal experience that kids don't want to drive as I've heard it made out to be. But as a parent, oh my gosh. Like, and my son, he is a responsible kid. He's not somebody who I feel is going to do stupid things, but there are stupid people on the road every day when I'm driving. So how do I keep my son protected from those people? I know realistically that I don't. It's like, oof. Christmas time. Every Christmas marks all your memories of when the kids were littler or when you were littler, and the thing, when you were littler and you used to go to grandma's house, but grandma's not here anymore. Like all of these things happen in the midst of the Christmas holiday season. And then I just get the little extra punctuation on the end of the Christmas holiday with my son's birthday being the 26th, where it's like, oh, and now you're 15. Oh, and now you're 16. Oh, and now you're married with children and I'm a grandma. It's the way it just seems. It just goes and goes and goes.
Your first baby's first Christmas had to be a long wait.
Yeah, we always said he's as old as you can be on a first Christmas.
Yeah.
My water broke on December 26th. With the first baby, my water broke at home. It's very unusual for women to actually have their water break. It's not something that happens commonly, especially for a first child. And he was originally due on January 4th, and then they moved him up a week on the due date. And then I think he was supposed to be due Oh, he was going to be due January 27th. So the next day I was going to get induced. So I was like, just get past Christmas, and then, December 27th. And we were at my grandma's house on Christmas evening because we would always have Christmas dinner there. And then we stay up and we would play cards after the fact. And like after everything kind of settled down, we'd play Pinochle, we'd play Pepper. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Pepper. And that night we were up playing cards until after 3 a.m. with my grandma, who was maybe 90, I don't know, 80, late 80s probably. And we were all playing cards. I was getting terrible cards. I remember it was just miserable. And I remember my brother looking at me. He's like, so could you he's my younger brother. Could you go into labor like right now? And I'm like, yeah. And then he just looked at me like I was a ticking time bomb about ready to explode. And I was kind of being facetious. Then we went home, and I've told this story before, but it bears repeating. Laying in bed, and I don't know what your experience was with your wife being pregnant and when it was time to go. She labored them
with
without...
the twins, they were induced.
But
Yeah.
she labored them. The night, that night, I just laid in bed. I was as awake as I could possibly be. I just couldn't sleep. Super uncomfortable. 9 million months pregnant. And I'm laying in bed, can't sleep after having played cards till 3 a.m. And I'm just laying there, can't sleep. I remember it seeing 5 o'clock or something on the clock. Finally fall asleep. And then I remember I'm asleep finally, and I open my eyes wide and I look at the clock, and it is 7 a.m. on the dot. And I felt my water break, and I leapt up out of bed. And I'm standing next to the bed. It's a messy situation. I'm just going to tell you that right now. And I'm standing next to the bed after my water is broken. And Jared's totally passed out because he, too, was up playing cards super late last night at Grandma's house. And I go, Jared! And he looks up at me. I'm like, my water broke. And he leaps out of bed. Leaps. And he's in this defensive stance with his legs bent and his hands out in front of him on the other side of the bed to me. And I'm just standing there helpless. Not in pain, but in a situation. And he looks at me, and then he must have thought I got to go to the car. So he looks at me, and then he runs away from me and then to go to the car. But then he comes back because he realizes I'm here. He makes 3 complete circles trying to figure out what to do. Then I go, Jared! And he stops and he goes, yeah. I'm like, I need you to get it together. And he's like, okay. And he's still in this defensive stance. I don't know was he going to tackle me? I don't know what he was going to do.
He was going to receive the baby.
Yeah, it was, man, if it were that easy. And so I was like, I need you to get the bag in the car, and I need a towel, and we need to go to the hospital. And he was like, okay. So he did the thing. But it was when they put in TV shows or movies what first-time dad looks like when that happens, it was even better than that. It was wonderful. It makes me laugh every time I think about it. But that's kind of what happens. And with the rush of the holiday season, everything going on, and at that point, our holidays were kind of done with because it was the day after Christmas. And now, ever since that time, it's the holiday season. And then Charlie's like, we're staying up on Christmas night, aren't we? And then he says to me, maybe a couple weeks ago, he goes, oh, man, I'm going to turn 21, and there aren't going to be any bars open at midnight for me to drink at. I go, there's probably a bar open on Christmas night that if you really want to, our whole family will go have a drink with you in a bar. Who goes, we never go to bars. It's not like it's his experience where mom and dad are well, they're at the bar, now he wants to participate. We would have to go, are you open on Christmas night? We would like to have a drink at 12:15 in the morning. So that's always something that I think about in conjunction with Christmas. And this year is 15. Next year is 16. Lord have mercy.
It's amazing how much those stories don't exist as much now with modern technology.
Yeah. And
it's all planned.
Our due date wasn't a firm due date. We didn't have a specific due date that we knew it to be. It was a best guess. When we found out we were pregnant with Charlie, it was a little bit of a surprise. So we kind of were just guessing, and
that's cool. Yeah.
And as the story goes, I'm not going to tell the whole story now, but during that pregnancy, Jared was adamant that we not find out the sex of the baby. He did not want to know, and I thought that's ridiculous. And I told him I do want to know, and I'm carrying this sucker. And so we agreed that I would find out what Charlie was going to be and just not tell him. So I found out at about 17, 18 weeks, whenever that ultrasound is, and I kept it a secret. And he found out when Charlie came out and had a wee-wee. Charlie will love that I told him that part of the story.
Well, he's a boy, so I think people kind of assumed.
Yeah, but you don't usually refer to it.
That's true.
Now that we're talking about it more, we should take a break.
Yeah, we should. Let's go ahead and take a break here on that.
We'll be right back. Don't go away.
This is the Annie Fry Show. Follow Annie on X at Annie Fry Show.
TheDiamondShop.net. I have news for you if you are still looking for something beautiful and if you still want to win, if you want to score big this Christmas, go visit the Diamond Shop. They have a sale going through Christmas Eve. So you have today, you have tomorrow, and you could save 40% off in-stock jewelry at the Diamond Shop. 40% off, people. Do not miss out on this opportunity to save on something absolutely stunning, beautiful, and timeless from our friends at the Diamond Shop. If you become a VIP online, you visit thediamondshop.net. Scroll to the bottom of the page at thediamondshop.net, and there's a quick little form that you can fill out that allows you to get VIP status, which allows you to slap on an extra 10% on that discount. Make sure that you go in and check out the extra 10% off all clearance white tag merchandise. It's a final sale at the Diamond Shop, and the 26th through the 31st, 30% off everything. VIPs can still use their extra 10% off. Visit them online and find out everything you need to know about the Diamond Shop, located in Clayton, online at thediamondshop.net.
I'm Brian Westbrook with Coalition Life. While we celebrate the reversal of Roe v. Wade, there is still much work to be done to support life and pregnant women before they cross state lines. Together, we can provide the love, support, and options that women need to choose life for their children. Coalition Life celebrates more than 3,500 clients served and thousands of lives saved since we began this mission with you. Each one is a miracle. Over the years, day in and day out, our team has walked alongside women facing the fear and challenges of an unexpected pregnancy. Through the support of this community, we have given them hope and a path to choose life for the children they carry. Visit coalitionlife.com to give your vital support while reducing or completely eliminating your state taxes through Missouri's 70% tax credit. Learn more at coalitionlife.com, coalitionlife.com.
Mark Cox here. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how to link to the market without the risk. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go online to retirementkey.com.
Enhance your shooting experience. Hey, it's Bo Matthews for Razorback Armory in Des Peres. Head to Razorback Armory for the best selection of firearm suppressors. They carry brands for all calibers, ensuring you get the sound suppression, accuracy, and performance you're looking for. Whether you're a hunter, a sports shooter, or just want to enjoy your range time a little more, go talk to Jesse and Brad. It is a process worth experiencing. Level up your shooting prowess with a suppressor from Razorback Armory on Manchester Road just east of 270 at razorbackarmory.com.
Will mixed politics with mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Yes or no? That is today's YouTube live chat poll. We'll give you the results of this poll at the end of the show, which is like 8 minutes away. So you have just a little bit of time to get your vote in. YouTube live chat poll. Type in Annie Fry on YouTube. That's how you find it. 2:48. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Good afternoon. It's Mark Reardon. Christmas week begins with Sue Thomas back in the studio, but no Fred, unfortunately. A lot to talk about, including that accident at Ted Drew's last night, a Starbucks strike, and a squatter who has more rights than a property owner. All of that and an audio cut of the day coming up for the next 3 hours here on 97.1 FM Talk.
This is The Annie Fry Show. The Annie Fry Show is streaming online. Watch us live on YouTube and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Annie Fry Show. So last year at this time, we did some prediction ornaments. I think we need to do these again for next year. We're not going to do them today, but we will have them maybe for the 2025 year when we come back. I'm going to go through a couple of these and we'll comment on it. I think this one's from you. Recession acknowledged by CNN. I don't think, did that never happened?
No, that didn't happen this year.
Did we ever have a recession? I mean, we've never said
I still think it's coming, but...
We had one. They just changed the definition.
Well, that's
and
true.
Said, no, we didn't.
Yeah.
Was that how they sounded?
Yeah, more or less.
Is this yours? It says it's Biden, or is that you?
That's not me.
It's Biden was probably me, that I was saying Biden still would be the nominee. And that clearly did not happen.
This one says AF. Biden drops out.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely called it in December.
You got that one.
How long was I saying it before then? Even?
I mean, you had been saying it since 21.
Because it's so obvious.
But look how far he made it.
Well, that's on them. Because
That's
right now they're
amazing.
like, oh my gosh, he hasn't been running the country for like full 4 years. And we're all like, we know.
When I made that prediction, they were already starting primaries. They were already voting for him. So I was like, you can't kick him out once he's won all the delegates.
Here's another one. GOP wins the Senate. I think that's mine. That's the way I wrote most of these. And we did. And boy, did we. 53 seats. That's a good majority.
Yeah, that's good.
I think the Senate is going to be kind of a sleeper story of the next year or so, because not only do the Republicans have the majority, but what the Democrat representation was in the Senate is very, to me, diminished in impact. And when you have the Mitt Romneys of the world who are no longer in the Senate to kind of stray the Republicans away, not because they're Collins or Murkowski who just vote purple, reddish purple. Mitt Romney, he's a pretty conservative dude, but he just is got to be all Mitt Romney about everything, and it makes people go,
Yeah.
he gone.
Yeah, he liked winning, but he wanted to do it on his terms, and nobody cared about his
And
terms.
nobody else did.
So
he didn't.
He just kept talking.
And then this one is mine, and I'm not putting this one away as a not happening, as a fail yet. Kamala becomes president.
Well, you got a week for it to happen this year? Because it could happen still next year.
I'm just saying.
Are you still
confident? I'm going on vacation starting tomorrow. So, yeah, here it is. Put this in the YouTube short when it happens and I'm not here and I don't get to talk about the other hugest story of the entire... Like, the whole highlight reel of all the big things that happened this year are going to be Mike Elam.
Yeah.
And I love you, Mike. Thank you for making it so I can go on vacation.
Yeah, and Wrecker.
What was the craziest one in your eyes that you were like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be there for it? Because there were some crazy ones throughout the year.
Well, it was very personally offensive to me. I know exactly where I was sitting in the Saratoga Springs pool when Joe Biden dropped out. And I'm like, that guy, that dude could have waited. You waited this long. You should have waited for me to come back, because I've been saying this for so long, and I've been saying it in the face of people who are like, Annie, it's Joe Biden. The money dictates this can't be anybody but Joe Biden. Oh, and then we come to find out that actually, since Kamala's on the ticket, it can be her money too. I mean, I wanted to be there for that. The assassination attempt, I was on Highway 95 in between Jacksonville, Florida, and Orlando when that happened. My kids will always remember that, because I like turn around the car, I'm like, they shot the president. That's like how that all went down. And so I'm watching YouTube TV. I had been watching it and seeing the stuff as it was happening. And then all of a sudden it's like, they're showing that picture of him with the blood on him. I'm like, is he? And they showed him go down, but they didn't show him go back up right away, you know? It's like, what's this situation here? Didn't get to report on any of that. Just sat in my car and tweeted about it. And then Kamala Harris gets the nomination, and there was a week of love and then a series of disaster that was so great for the country. I did get to report on some of that. But I was in my hotel room for the RNC. That whole pew, pew, pew. Republicans everywhere. Everything's great. Everything's awesome. It's the best, most well-produced RNC convention there ever was. And I was like, yes, it is. Watching it from my room.
That, if he had pushed, I should say he as in either one of them, Biden or Trump, had pushed that debate back 3 weeks, he's still the nominee. They wouldn't have been able to do anything about it.
I don't know. I think maybe my Kamala Harris becomes president ornament might have come true faster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I don't think, when we asked Joe Concha earlier, like, who's making the decisions here? People are talking about, oh, Jill Biden's like, she's all like, burn the whole thing down, which is kind of what it looks like. We didn't even mention today that Joe Biden, at like 4 a.m., commuted the sentences of 37 or something death row inmates. The only 3 that he didn't commute were Sarnoff, who's the Boston Marathon bomber, Dylan Roof, who was the Carolina church shooter, and somebody else who I can't remember off the top of my head. But, I mean, these are murderers of people, of children, of law enforcement and stuff. He commuted their sentences.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't commute their sentences. He lowered them to not be the death penalty. They're just going to serve life in prison. I mean, is he making that decision? Who's making that decision?
It's not him.
He's not making any decisions. No. He's not even lucid.
No.
Think about all of the massive things that have happened in the news cycle in the last even like 2 weeks. What is he spoken on? What is he talking about? What is he doing with his time? He's not commenting. He's not commenting on the fact that anything is taking place. He's not owning anything. Is he even doing it? And if he's not, who is?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it has been the whole 4 years. Who is?
And it's not Kamala either.
No.
I mean, if you want a yes person, you go to Joe Biden. If you want a hell yes person, you go to Kamala Harris. And that's how we'll end the year. And you didn't. We're going to Trump. It's the greatest comeback ever. I'm so excited. 2025 is going to be lit.
Thank you to all the awesome listeners. Thank you to Todd for dropping off this Christmas food for us today. Appreciate all that. So just wanted to sneak that in before the end here.
Hammering the jalapeno and cheese sausage or something.
Oh my gosh, It is unbelievably good.
Thank
you, Todd.
I appreciate you bringing that in here. Ethan, we're going to get to the results here in just a second.
Yes.
But from all of us here, the merriest of Christmases, thank you so much for making us a part of your afternoon. Go to AnnieFryShow.com/feedback. If you ever want to weigh in on the show, we want to hear from you. We want to get better, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being with us here throughout the course of the year. Let's get to one more YouTube poll before I'm out.
Today's YouTube live chat poll, 206 votes answering, will mixed politics with mixed company be a holiday problem for you this year? Thankful for this overwhelming majority saying no, 87% saying no, that will not be an issue at the holidays this year.
Merry Christmas, Brad. Merry Christmas, Ethan. Merry Christmas, even you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Enjoy
Same
your
to
road.
you.
Merry Christmas.
Hey guys, Glover here with my very, very good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalanceHealth.com. If you have reached that certain age and you're just not feeling very well and nothing's working the way it used to work, go see Dr. Kathy. She is not only a medical doctor, she is a patient of this bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. It absolutely works. It's a long-term solution. She is an artist when it comes to helping you with your hormones. BioBalanceHealth.com for Dr. Kathy Maupin.
Hello, my name is Chad Clayman with Clayman Group, where you can find us online at ClaymanGroup.com, KLAMEN Group.com. Do you have a house that you'd like to sell as is and not deal with the market? Maybe you have a tenant not paying the rent or a house in disrepair and you want a simple solution for your sale? We've been in business for over 88 years and we've helped thousands of people sell their house in as-is condition with no middleman involved. Reach out today at ClaymanGroup.com, KLAMEN Group.com, and receive an offer today.
At Neovitin, our goal is to create safe, dependable multivitamins to support your everyday nutrition when you need it most. That's why Dr. Ribicki formulated Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin with 20 daily ingredients, including B vitamins for energy support, vitamin C for immune support, and our 4-ingredient proprietary blend that you won't find in any other multivitamin. With a 4.8 out of 5-star rating on Trustpilot, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality nutritional support with Neovitin. And as always, a portion of the proceeds from the sale of Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin are donated to the Ribicki Foundation, to support pancreatic cancer research. That's nutritional support you can feel good about. Support your best life today with Neovitin Original Formula Multivitamin, available at your local Deerbergs, Schnucks, select independent pharmacies, and online with our easy-to-use monthly subscription at neovitin.com. That's neovitin.com, neovitin.com.
KFTK FM Florissant. From the Under Law Injury Lawyers, GetJim.com studio.
That's GetJim.com.
97.1 FM Talk. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Another court appearance. I'm Tom Rigotti, Fox News. The man accused of gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson